such a glimpse of the whole world. Snooping round and we'll get you nowhere. You look tough in your mind. We all trumpet a maze of relationships. Let goes of with or without you. I swim in the sea of the unconscious. I search for your heart, cause in my truth Get up, it's time to get real. Can't control the steering wheel. Outside isn't about a mystery. Won't get out so easily. We all live in our lives, so we realize what's happening. Hey brother, watch yourself. Grab your things, don't miss your chance. Find your own rhythm and dance your own dance. Be creative, chart your course. You must know what is ahead. Driving through the end of the ocean. Living up security. You are standing in the middle of another world. It's hard to figure real emotions. You are starting in a shockwave with few tears. Let me help you
Done. I'm like, man, you suck.
Oh.
Like, you suck. Are we on?
Is
We're
it
live? All right.
Oh, what is that?
I'm clearing my throat.
What's that in the chat?
What the hell? Like,
What is that?
what is this monologue? Help cure other diabetes. If this a bot, I feel bad about shooting things like this, but blow it up anyway.
Who's the person that commented it? Because I don't see it.
I don't know, but that's a long that's a long message. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of GITC. That's right, Geeks in the City. We're back. 8:30 Eastern PM. Time. Right.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, I am joined by all my friends. That's right, the gang, your friends, your pals. All right, the Geeks in the City squad is here. I am joined by the co-host of Geeks in the City. That's right, you all know him, you all love him. Bondo is here.
What's up?
Bondo is here.
What's up?
Bondo is here.
Mr. 2D.
They got step down. He started us. I don't.
Oh. I guess Bondo isn't.
No.
Is back in introvert mode.
No. We're going to wait until he says something.
Bro, I said like 5 times.
I didn't hear it at one time.
Definitely. Were you muted?
Nah.
No,
His I don't know, it's hard to hear him. He said they can't turn his audio up for some reason. And
Hey, wait a minute. I see it on the Facebook that this comment came from the Facebook.
oh,
From Damian Sampson, and really grateful and thankful for what Dr. Kudera has done for me and my family. I was having herpes for 2 good years.
what? Get that shit out of here.
The diseases almost took my life, and because I was unable to work, I was also losing lots of money for medication. But one fateful day when I went online,
Go away with that shit.
jeez.
Stop,
He has cure for other deadly diseases like diabetes, HPV, herpes.
Shut that up, please.
It is definitely a little bit special. I didn't know HPV was deadly.
I mean, anything could be deadly if enough of
I
it's
don't
there.
think hepatitis is deadly either.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't have these things, so.
No, I think I have one of those things, but that's
What? Oh, hell no.
That's besides the point, though.
Oh, hell no. 90 of the day goes to everyone's favorite Geeks in the City member.
Yeah,
Nah.
that definitely that not definitely goes to you.
Oh, what the fuzz? Okay.
Stupid guy.
The judge is here. Ink Pen is here.
What's going on, folks?
I better not see a LOL in this chat. All right. CC, how's it going, fam? I'm also joined by the, oh man, I wish I could play this trailer. It's time for him to jump on the craze. That's right, the one and only man that howls in the night. He woos to anybody that comes to greet him. We're joined by the Alpha Wolf. Wolf pack himself.
But all right.
Listen,
Damn, why does everyone hate? Why does not? Okay.
I don't know what I did.
Our Wolf is here.
I don't know what I did to
It's
anyone. A woo.
Health is wealth.
A woo to everyone but Ink.
Shut your ass up. Oh my God. Health is wealth. Ugh. All right. Well, last but shortly, hey man, you guys heard what he just said. Brother Biz is here.
Whew.
Excuse me.
That was a kicker. That one was a kicker. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, we're keeping it real goes wrong. All right.
Excuse me.
Let us
When keeping it real goes on.
let us start our show the same way we start every show. If you're new here, this is your first time hanging out with us. We start the show with this thing called the F8 favorite anime. Well, Could be gaming or manga. We need to fix this acronym for it. It's got.
I'm working on it, but I can't replace. I
about
can't
2
put
years.
like G in it though because it's gonna be very offensive.
What?
What? Why?
FAG.
Oh,
I mean, I don't mean like you don't have to
mean
keep.
replace one.
Yeah, I mean, just think of a new acronym. Y'all gotta.
Damn, you 2 for 2 today, bitch.
All right, look, that one kind of isn't his fault. It's just that you can't. Favorite anime game? What? Well, whatever the case is. We started with this thing called the FAT. All right, you're here for the FAT, Bah. Well,
You're here because you're fat, Bah? What?
Let's see. I'm trying to think though now. FAGM. What is that like? What does that make?
It doesn't. You know, you can just.
Toto's favorite anime theme.
Well, yeah, but I gotta include manga and video games somewhere. So I gotta include an M and a V.
It's been thing as long as I can remember, but hey, that's just me. But while we figure that out, Brother Biz, why don't you tell us everybody what the FAT is for today?
Okay, what's good, guys? So, what is one thing we noticed in a lot of anime in regarding the protagonists?
They don't have sex.
They say
Transmitted diseases.
They say
And
naughty a lot.
Well, that'd be yeah, but that's because most of them are virgins.
Not if you watch Domestic Girlfriend.
That's a new one.
Have you not seen Domestic Girlfriend? It's pretty good. Me and Bino watched it together. We're like, oh man, this is real. I mean, it gets stupid by the end.
You're right, Bob. They are OP, kind of like Payton. But I was thinking more so on the lines of the fact that they're only like 15.
No one knows
16.
who that is yet.
They'll know soon enough.
Oh, okay. Goodbye.
But I was thinking more on the line of the fact that these guys are only 15, 16, and 17. Now, question, guys. How strong were you when you was 15, 16, 17 years old?
I mean, I had a 6-pack since 13.
Anyone else?
I was pretty cocky. I was on a wrestling team and stuff like that, so I was stronger
I was just into Naruto, and Rock Lee was my favorite character. I did 1,000 squats like a day.
I wasn't doing that, but
I definitely
I wasn't.
Summer vacation was a hard.
I wasn't trying to show the glorious splendor of taijutsu. I was like, no. If I could just get them in a genjutsu, I'm good.
These squats got this butt cheek. I mean, it doesn't matter because Sasuke could just learn everything I did in a week. So I mean, fuck it, right?
I mean, hey man, what's the point of practicing, right?
He's almost as fast as he's just as fast as Sasuke. I mean, as Rock Lee.
Were you guys cocky enough to fight actual adults though, like guys twice your age?
At 13, no.
No.
I can't go up against a dad bod.
I mean, I don't remember seeing a lot of like cocky parents growing up, but no, like all my teachers were like bigger than me because they were the one training me. So,
little man.
I will not lie. There were a couple of teachers that were smaller than me. I was like, I could take them, and I was like, ooh, all right, I see why you're an adult. Let me go. Like,
can't breathe. Let me go.
Yeah, let me go. Stop. I'm narcoleptic. I'll go to sleep right now. You think I'm playing?
So fall asleep right on you.
Okay, well, you guys are kind of right. So the FAT for this week is going to be your favorite anime, manga, or video game protagonist that isn't a teenager. And just to clarify, we're talking younger than 13, older than 18, okay?
Younger than 13?
Younger than 13.
Damn, Team Gohan. Let's go.
Wait, it's character that's... I thought it was character that was an adult.
Last week we definitely changed it because we were doing all these technicalities.
Scenarios.
And we said let's do older than 13.
So it's an adult.
Yeah.
Older than 18, okay? 18 and over, okay?
Okay, I just got confused because it was like younger than 13, but older than... I'm like, wait, so children count?
This is a weird podcast.
All right,
Okay,
well,
well, I will tell you what. Let's see. Bonda, you want to go first?
you got to put the graphic up first.
Oh, damn.
Oh, double damn. If he thinks we can hear him, you're wrong, buddy.
Hey, man, you leave my co-host alone. There we go. Ah, hey, that's the right there. All right. Yeah, why don't you start us off, Bondo? Give your answer that nobody else is gonna steal because we actually play games over here and not play.
Okay, pause though. Why is Goku there? He started the series as a teenager.
Dragon Ball Z is a series. Dragon Ball is just another series.
Wait, would it be considered the series or? I don't know. Actually, yeah. No, I think you might be right.
Dragon Ball Z is a series. There's Z, then there's Super. There are different series.
That's a cheesy way to play the game.
Hey man, you don't see the drip he got on that jacket?
That is definitely from
You don't see the drip? Like
that reminds me of Artemis. I think it's Artemis, the Cell versus series.
I didn't really watch it.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but it probably was. Bondo, we can't hear you if you are talking though.
Good talk.
All right. Well, here in Geeks and City, we love to improvise. So, Inkpen, why don't you start us off?
Well, hold on now. I'm the one that's running
Oh,
this
for
FAT.
the love of God!
So I decide who goes next.
Oh, okay. Owlwolf, why don't you go then?
No, Inkpen, go ahead.
What the fuck?
That's what he chose. I'm yelling into the mic. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Inkpen. Give us your answer.
No, Inkpen. Let Owlwolf go. Like, let's
No.
stand up for our rights together.
How about
Like-
I choose? Go
No.
ahead, Inky.
Okay, I think I equally hate everyone now.
Mhm.
You know what, Bondo? Why don't you really go? God damn it! All right, bye.
People having some fun, aren't you? But all right. I'm gonna pick the main protagonist. I can't remember his name right now, but it's from a manga called The Second Coming of Gluttony.
It's called the what?
The Second Coming of Gluttony.
I never heard of that, so I wouldn't know who he's talking about.
Did it have an anime adaptation?
I don't think so.
Damn it! All right, well, you got to explain the show now. You got to explain the show, the premise, and the character.
Well, it's a manga, but basically speaking,
Whatever, bro. Still show. Like,
like you start off basically seeing a battlefield and a dude on is basically bleeding out to death. God comes down and says, "For your service, I can do one thing for you." And basically speaking, it's like he can't reincarnate, he can't send back his memories, he can't time travel because you don't get the power to do that. So it's like, what does he get for the service while he's dying? And he's like,
what the hell? Like, what's this one?
So the only
thing
only thing she could do for him is basically speaking, send back his entire life experience in the form of a dream to his past self. And basically speaking, it's like, technically speaking, it's like he got Isekai reincarnated, but he didn't because he still couldn't go back. But his present self now has like fragments of information because it came to him in dream form, so he can do his life over again. Although at that point in time, his life is trashy, but now he has like a better start because he's basically doing the same crap. Because he's going to end up back on that battlefield at some point in time, but now he has like a better head start. Now he actually has a an inkling of what's going to happen next. So he's not going to get as screwed over.
What type of redo killer shit is this? Like,
it's not the same because at that point in time, he was basically a failing human. He lost all his money in gambling. His friends hated him because he kept borrowing money.
oh damn!
He's basically scum at that point in time in his life, and then he gets isekai'd away. But how he gets isekai, he basically technically speaking, signed a slave contract, so he had to fight for his life the entire way through to that point. And it's like he still gets a quite a high level of fame based on like how you see him dying. It's like, okay, you're kind of up here at this point, so he had to fight tooth and nail. So it's like, okay, let me skip the hard level and go extreme mode, but this time I actually have a strategy guide and from my dreams, which I can't all the way trust because it's not all the way true in a sense. But he gets a better head start when you're following him through the series. But it's like he fixed his problems early because of that. But technically speaking, his problems aren't solved because no one believes him on how he got the money, although he can't really tell them how he got it. They all assume he did some grimy things to get it. So it's like they still view him as scum, but it's like, I paid back everybody I owed. Why do you still hate me? I don't like it here. Let me just leave. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Because he's not a child. He's a full-grown adult still by the point he freaking goes back. So like, oh, okay, he has technically speaking adult issues that he still has to work out with. This I like how this series is going. This is not like your typical happy-go-lucky isekai. It's like, no, I still got life problems. The world is still shit right now, but I'm trying to make the best of it still.
Is it like Erase, where it's like, okay, I'm an adult and I'm back in my, well, you said he's not necessarily, is his consciousness in the child's body?
No, he
Or is
doesn't
it-
go back to the time of the child. He can only go back to the point where he, like, before he signed that contract, and he's already an adult by that point.
Right, but you said his memories are like showing himself as a dream. So technically, as a kid, like,
No. That's not my point. When he the point where he dies, he's an adult. When she sends back his consciousness in the form, like his memories in the form of a dream, it's going back to his former adult self. He doesn't go back as a kid. He doesn't get a full reset. He's already shit when he gets that. He has to basically speaking, dig himself back out the shit. Because at the point in time he gets to figure out memories back, he thinks it's kind of bullshit until he's just seeing things start adding up. Like, okay, wait a minute, this might be a thing, which means this person should be popping up about, oh shit, I don't know the entirety of the conversation I'm going to have with you. I just know your first option is not the one I need to take because it fucked me the first time. So it's like, it's not the same as like, they get to restart and it's like, okay, you have for some reason a perfect memory of your entire life up to that point to go back and do it all over again. No. You get the, I remember this face. I have vague inklings of your personality, but I do not know what we were talking about. I just know by the end of this conversation, I got screwed. Not this time. I'm gonna figure out how to get something else. This ain't it. Oh, right. And I forgot a really important point here. His life before was golden because he had an ability that let him see various colors that would indicate like levels of
oh yeah,
fortune for him.
that'd be cool, right? To see fucking colors, right?
which is what, that's how he ended up getting money because he gambled. That's how he ended up getting into gambling in the first place because he could always see the good option for gambling. And then at some point in time, he lost that ability, and then and that's when his life really went to shit. But he couldn't quit gambling. He kept thinking he was gonna get back.
You telling me if I could see colors, my life would be better? Like that's
Well,
what.
I mean,
honestly speaking, if you're walking down the street and the whole street in front of you just turned black, that means instant death. Would you still go down that street? Nah, turn around.
Inky, I just want to appreciate you and say that you are much better than Gare Bear.
Why?
You definitely are.
Ooh,
Stop it.
Because this morning, this man just said, "I was like, what's your favorite adult character?" 7 Deadly Sins.
All right, let's move on. I'm like, yo, you suck, bro.
You son of a whore.
You suck on a level.
Just
that
curious,
doesn't
what
make
was
sense.
Bondo's answer though? Because I'm curious.
It was Burger. What was it?
It was from a manga.
It was
What's the name of the manga?
I don't remember.
because we neither of us knew what it was really.
Yeah, no, but if you want to check it out, take a read. It's called The Second Coming of Gluttony.
Second coming.
The Second
Like
Coming of
Giggity?
Gluttony. Yeah, basically speaking. It's 56 chapters in, but the chapters are pretty long, so you get like a good bulk of information as you go through it. Because honestly speaking, because it's like, his information goes back in the form of a dream, he doesn't spend a whole lot of time on the fact that, he's seen it before. It's more like, okay, I have a general direction of where I want to go and I'm gonna get there.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give Bondo an answer and just say Bayonetta because he likes Bayonetta. I don't remember what his answer was originally.
It was like Honda. His character name was Honda, but I forgot the name of the.
How old is this character?
He's an adult.
How old? Like, what's an adult?
I don't know, but he's an adult. He older than 18.
20, 30, 40?
It ain't my answer, Biz. I don't know. Like,
Well, just to
I
answer your
know.
question, my dude was old enough to gamble, so obviously speaking, he's old enough.
Was
I
old enough
just
to
know.
gamble? We're old enough to gamble.
Yeah, but it's over 18, so that's good enough.
Dang, you guys gonna have ages and numbers on the table?
That wasn't part of the deal. The part of the deal was they're over 18. I'm telling you, yeah, they are.
And they're beyond teenagers because he has a whole bunch of issues.
Has he had sex before, or
What does
My
that
ninja.
have to do with anything?
My ninja, he's had the prime of his life when he was making money until he lost the ability and his life went to shit. So I would assume yes,
What does having sex have to do with anything?
but that's not the point.
What does having? Yo, man, I hate you.
Oh man. Okay, a lot of hostility here. Okay, Wolf muted himself. So Bergen, why don't you go ahead and give us your answer?
Nah, man. Why don't you give us yours? I don't want to talk right now. I gotta calm myself. What the hell was Bondo's answer? Now it's making me mad because the Great Passage. That's what it was. It was
It most definitely was the Great Passage. It most definitely was that.
It was that.
It definitely was.
I was like, his character name was Honda. No, your answer was Honda-san. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, Honda-san was my choice.
Oh, damn it. Now I don't know the character's name no more. All right, you know what? I think I will go. My answer comes from Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm going my man Kasuga Ichiban. Literally one of the greatest pro tags I've ever experienced. And this is pretty late in the game because I played a bunch of JRPGs growing up. So, the fact that I can see a new character, I'm like, yo, he's up there. Just shows how good of a character he is. Obviously, he has his flaws. Ichiban Kasuga is from Yakuza Like a Dragon. That's the new Yakuza game. They made it into a JRPG. Really, really good. He's a gang member, Yakuza. You start the game, he's like 22, 23. And you're a Yakuza, like, you're working for, these henchmen and things like that. But the game doesn't really start until 22 years later because he ends up going to jail for a crime he didn't commit. So by the time you're playing with this man, he's like late 40s, early 50s, something like that. Like, he's old when he comes out of prison. He doesn't know what a smartphone is. He sees people with e-cigarettes. Oh, it's really good, man. And the reason why I like the character so much and I like the game so much is because it's the first JRPG that I've really ever played with like a straight adult cast. Like, there are no kids, like, they are old, like they have old problems, like it's really good. All the characters are good. Ichiban is just a great character. And just for business record, no, I don't think Ichiban has sex and he's an adult. So, that shouldn't be the end all be all.
Although it is kind of weird when they're like 40 and it's like, why are you blushing at this point in time, bro? You should be all right.
I mean, he ain't like that. He like, man, I mean, Ichiban's cool. He's like, man, I don't care about that. Like, I'm just trying to.
He's like, help me help this new guy covered in bubbles.
Yeah, he does do
that.
that. He does do that. You gotta help him. You gotta help him find his clothes, dude. Like,
this guy's a pervert. She gave me the clothes for free.
Yeah,
No. She said, I paid for the clothes. It's like, how'd you pay for the clothes? You're in bubbles.
Yo, man, Yakuza Like a Dragon's great. CC says Ivan from Bleach.
I mean,
is he a pro tag?
He's a main at tag, but he's not a pro tag.
We'll take it because he's literally the antagonist.
He is the main character.
So,
and if you follow Bleach, you would know that Ivan was like, yeah, Ichigo, before you were born, I had everything planned out. So technically speaking,
that hard, I mean.
I had everybody in the Tsukuyomi.
Yes, Ichigo, from the moment you were born, everything was already planned out for you. I knew exactly how tall you would grow. Your mother's death, your father. It's like, okay, dog.
So what you like to eat for breakfast? How long you taking the shitter? I knew it all.
Okay.
I know what you first masturbated
to. All right, big dog. Like,
go ahead, Wolf. Give us your answer.
I'm gonna go for one of my favorite protagonists of all time. Although my knowledge is spotty because I haven't watched it in a long time. It's gonna be Ripley Scott from the Alien series.
Just curious, was that your answer from earlier, or that's a different answer?
No, my answer was Honda-san from Bookkeeper Honda-san. I can't remember the full title.
I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about exactly.
Alien?
Skeleton Girl.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about my previous answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Alien series. I think I first watched it like 5 years ago. And Alien.
I know who Ripley Scott is.
I know you know who Ripley Scott is. I'm talking about the people who don't.
Oh, I mean,
The
just
person-
saying. You're
the
saying.
content.
You're saying A. Like I'm like, who don't know who Ridley Scott is?
Plenty of
The
people.
Youngbloods, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
But-
I be
but
forgetting
Alien-
I'm a boomer.
Alien happens to be one of my favorite movies of like I don't know all time. Just the
When
ambience.
horror movies was scary.
It wasn't even a horror. It was like suspense and like
It was sci-fi.
back when
It's
It's
sci-fi
ugly.
horror, bro.
back when suspense movies had like that slower pacing that wasn't like, oh, it's a jump scare coming up, but it was like tense. Like super like, oh, is this alien and this crawl space gonna come and eat my main character's face? But no, she was like one of the first, not one of the first, but a good depiction of like a strong woman. Against the odds, you don't get very many strong female characters back then, like the 1980s or something. And for
They
the
should go for-
1980s, that looked better. That looks like a better suspense horror movie than anything that we have today, in my opinion.
And it definitely did have a comic. Well, I guess you could say a manga, but a comic. So it should still fall into the category of anime or game or manga series. And so I didn't like the sequels, the final sequel, so much. When
The final sequel, depends. You're talking like the last sequel, like the
The-
alien.
yeah,
leaving?
the thing with his I think it was the third one was like, all right, this is your daughter. I was like, man, stupid.
Yeah, I think that was so. Alien 1, Alien 2, those are both with Sigourney Weaver. Alien 3, I think, was about her
Yeah, I didn't
daughter
like
or
that one.
aliens.
I didn't like that one at all. I was like,
Oh no, I think the game was
What?
actually about her daughter. I don't think
Is
the movies were about the daughter. I think the game was about her daughter.
Alien 3, the movie, sucked in my opinion.
Yeah, it was pretty.
But you know, hey man, I didn't like every Friday the 13th movie I ever watched. There were some misses in there. Like
I mean, same here. I didn't care for some of the Friday the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Some of them were just stupid.
Jason was getting kind of stupid. I was like, okay, only his family can kill him? What? Who are these people that's related to him?
I'm sorry, Jason X
How
was
did-
stupid though. How the hell did he end up in
okay,
space?
whoa. Okay, first of all, Jason X was cool, all right?
Jason
That
X
was
was
actually
nothing.
kinda
You ever beat a dude,
Like-
beat a woman in a
That was-
sleeping bag with another?
Like Jason X was cool, bro. Like my man fought Jason in space and rode him to Earth. I was
And then
like,
Jason was. They still made it cliffhanger like that. That wasn't enough to kill him.
I was like,
I tell you, I didn't see the whole movie, but it made me crap my pants as like a 7-year-old. Like, can nothing stop him?
to nothing. Nanobots are scary. Like, oh, I love Jason X. Like, it has just enough of like comedy horror to like be like, oh damn, like they are really screwed.
They showed Chick Kiss and she was like, "So, what's up?" Started beating the hell out of her.
Like, she was a robot. So she had nothing to worry about. Oh man,
Good
movie.
answer from me.
Yeah, it ended up we talking about Jason. So yeah, it would have to be Bondo. Bondo, did you get your audio stuff fixed? All right,
Good
guess
answer.
not.
I guess it's me then. Alright, so I'm gonna go with for my answer, I'm gonna go with Avatar Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it counts too because he's technically 112 at the beginning of his series.
You know, I literally Google searched. You know, I was like, I wonder if I should go for Avatar. Say, nah, that'd be a cop out.
Not a cop out. He's literally 112 years old.
He's literally a fucking kid.
No.
His
Nope.
past lives, he's a.
I don't know why, but I feel that's a freaking Conan cop out.
And first of all, what? No, it doesn't count because literally, he was frozen. When you find him, he ages normally. Like, yes, he has
Not
ancestors.
really. He dies in Korra because he's like his like. Age.
He-
Yeah, because his life actually got drained. He died mad young.
He was shown to have aged with the rest of them, like at normal pace.
Nah, but like he still lost some years over that being suspended in time and being stuck in that iceberg. They even say
Right.
in the series that he's 112 years old.
I ain't gonna front, bro. I think that definitely is a cop out.
It's like I wouldn't say it's a cop out, but it's one of those things that's like that's the first answer you would go for when you hear the FAT. It's like that.
You could
Avatar.
you couldn't think of something cooler, something.
I had some other options. I thought of Alacor from Blood from Hellsing. But I figured that would be too edgy. Alucard, yeah.
I like that.
He's a freaking vampire.
I like that answer.
That would have been a lot better than
I
Aang.
like the answer a whole bunch.
Really? I mean, y'all guys would have thought it was a cop because he's a vampire and vampires.
What?
No.
Why the hell would I have cared about that?
That's the much better cop out if it was
When
a
he
cop
freaking
out.
starts off as an adult in the first place, it's like, let's say that, he gets younger, he's an adult.
He's older than technically
that's-
when he's showed. Like, yeah, that
that's
sweet
fair.
ass mustache.
That's fair. I thought honestly though that would have been a cop out because
Nah.
all right, okay then, all right, fine then.
Don't get me wrong. Alucard is an edgy character, but for an answer, no, it's not necessarily edgy. It's like, okay,
Perfect.
yeah, man, vampire lord, yeah. Okay.
I didn't want no one accusing me of cheating because he's a vampire. Vampires they got different like in terms of like lifespans.
So you
My man,
choose the
could-
dude.
Legolas,
So you
yeah.
choose the dude that's been alive and reincarnated like 12 times, like.
Who literally is a kid still.
Like,
Okay, we've established though. My answer is Alucard.
wouldn't it be weird by your logic that an old ass man would marry a 12-year-old, 15-year-old girl?
Cthulhu was
Like-
14, okay?
Wow, that makes all the better. Like,
Or Dracula.
That's fair though. Alright, so that has been the FAT, and for the most part, I think we all gave up some pretty good answers. Even Bondo, even though we don't know what his answer was.
yeah, I'm trying to fix his audio, man.
But you guys want to hear the options for next week?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yay.
I got three options for you guys.
As long as they're nothing
First-
from last week, I'm happy to hear them.
Technically, yeah, one of them is from last week, the flat chest one.
No, like,
That means you can pick men too.
Okay,
No!
so that's the first one. The flat chest one is the first one. Or we could do either, and here are the other two: your favorite anime, manga, or video game that's a doctor, or your favorite
Oh.
three-man team in a manga, anime, or video game.
my what?
What was the last one?
I want the doctor.
Hold up, we didn't even hear the. I didn't even fully hear the
Three-man
third
team. You got to pick a three-man team.
one. Oh, fuck. All right,
No
doctor.
Naruto's. No Naruto's, no Jujutsu Kaisens.
I want the doctor, fam.
Inkpen wants the doctor.
I'll take doctor.
All right.
But he said Kogami for FAT, which is very much psychopath. Like he's suggesting favorite Saiyan transformation for FAT.
I was gonna consider that, but I had a feeling Burger would be like, "Oh, that's Watch Mojo based," so he would have been complaining.
I mean,
That's true, you definitely would.
if you made a top 10 video out of it, yeah, like. But yeah, it's true. And there's only really two answers: Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 3. Like,
No, there's plenty of answers.
There's a bunch more.
Nah,
Not
nah,
really.
nah,
Like Super Saiyan evolved.
Shut up. Like,
Super Saiyan bluer.
like.
Super Saiyan Azul.
Oh, Ultra Instinct ain't a super. Ain't a,
That's
Saiyan was
not
an
a
active
Saiyan, that's a
instinct.
skill. That's like Kaioken.
but when you add Super Saiyan 2 Kaioken, ha ha ha.
I
Oh,
don't know. They went from bigger hair to different colors.
I'm blue now. Dabble dee, dabble da. All right, well,
Know it.
I go.
He said I know
Freaking know it.
it.
Okay, Wolf, you want to go with the doctor?
But it don't matter. We're 2 in, and we're not counting Bondo, so we win by default.
Oh, hold on, but there's 2 over here. It could be.
What? We already said that this is.
Yeah, I want to go for flat chested.
right.
I go for.
Bondo, you know you can still write in the chat though, or you can I'll still accept your answer if you write in the chat.
It's fine. We've already decided, Doctor.
I like 3-man team.
You just said flat chested.
I know.
Like-
I like flat chested.
Like, we've already said Doctor. Like,
Fine, doctor.
this
Jeez.
decided. What are you talking about? Like,
I was waiting for Bondo to kind of like give an answer in the chat. but I
what's
guess
the
he's
point? We've already got the
unresponsive.
answer.
Fine then, fine. Next
I know
week,
he
guys.
made it in the chat.
Damn. Alright, that's true. Alright, guys. Next week, the FAT is gonna be your top favorite anime, manga, or video game doctor. Okay, and it has to be a real doctor that's actually performed some type of operation. Okay, can be
Not a
something like.
problem.
Oh, okay, good. Inkpen's coming prepared then.
Inky, could you not steal my answer, please?
Finally, all
I'm
these
not
times
gonna
of playing Trauma Center will finally come through. I have nothing but switch characters.
You got nothing but answers.
It's like the hardest game in all in the world. Like,
He said the doctor from Evil Within.
the doctor.
Whoa.
Oh man, fuck that guy. Like,
Exactly.
and fuck that game. Like, I have never been blue balled so bad playing a video game. Like, they build up this final antagonist, and it's like, all right, this is it. You're the whole game. You don't know what's going on, but you know what's the cause of it. It's like, all right, I'm gonna fight this dude, and you shoot him like 3 times, and it's over. And it's like, all right, let me just leave. I was like, man, worst Twitch stream ever.
But I don't know. That's a better final boss than Resident Evil 7's final boss.
The 7 with the old woman.
It was the face, and it's just like a giant monster at the end.
I mean, it was more of a like, at least it built up properly. Like,
I wouldn't even
bro,
say that.
I left Evil Within being like, that's it. Why did they give me? Why did I spend all this time making new weapons and they're giving me these weapons? I fought like 3 sub bosses, and I'm like, all right, cool. Here comes the big one, and it's literally just a cutscene. Like, it's like, hey, press this button. All right, cool. Now shoot it. All right, well, leave. I'm like, and I still don't know what's happening. I'm like, yo, I'm out of here, bro.
That's how I felt about BioShock 1's ending. It was just like the game itself was harder than the final boss. I finished that boss the first try. It was like, giant blue dude just charging at me.
Double D. Anyway.
Kind of weird.
I mean, hey man, your BioShock 4 has been announced, and it's open world. So,
I'm not an open world type of guy.
Me neither. That's actually the news I heard. I was like, am I supposed to care more? Like, they made Final Fantasy 15 open world, and we see how that did.
That's
And all
different.
fairness, the first half was perfect. Then they freaking got lazy to that half.
Stop, you haven't played all the other Final Fantasy. You come from a biased point.
No,
I'm
his
just
point
saying,
is very true.
I played open world. Like the first half of that game was freaking awesome, and then afterwards, like, what happened?
I don't even say the first half. I say the first quarter of it.
No, I'm saying, like, what I mean by first half, I mean up to the point of before you go to the freaking fight the freaking Leviathan. After that, it's like, what the hell happened?
Oh, thank you. The Leviathan fight was a
Garbage.
goddamn disgrace.
Garbage. I'm like, the hell is this? And then
Yeah.
it's kind of,
But those
you had
trailers
the-
made it look cool though,
Those
right?
trailers made it look
Trailers made it
so
look
lit. Like there was army dudes running around.
oh shit! I'm
The
like,
actual fight was this glitchy, disgusting mess. Oh, that pissed me off so much.
top 10 video game betrayals of 2021.
No, that game goes down as one of the worst launches, right next to Cyberpunk, in my opinion.
Nah, I say Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. There's no arcade mode. Like, how do I play? How do I practice?
I don't know about that. I think it just having online multiplayer be your own thing, and then having the connection still be balls older. That's what set it back. No arcade mode. Pff, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I do.
You don't want Street Fighter and Battle of the Grid. Who cares what you think? Yeah.
I want Street Fighter to Street Fighter though. Like, but hey, man, favorite Doctor, cool. Play a bunch of games that have Doctor characters. Phoenix Wright is one of them. So I know I'm set, and the chances of my answers being stolen are highly slim. So
those for me, bro. 'Cause no one
Highly
reads.
slim.
likely slim.
It's an oxymoron, bro.
Hey, man.
Not very Doctor of you.
Hey, I ain't say I was one.
True.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of Power Rangers the Grid, Bondo, if you can hear us, can you at least change the graphics? That's right. Let's get it out the way. Ryu and Chung Lee are joining Power Rangers Battle of the Grid. They're
Oh,
Power
that was
Rangers.
true. I thought you were freaking joking.
No,
Oh
it's,
yeah, no, it's amazing.
it's a real thing. That's right, Nightcore. 10 out of 10. Give that woman a level up. Fucking love Phoenix Wright. But yeah, Power Ranger Battle of the Grid has Ryu and Chung Li as characters.
I'm sorry, why though?
I mean, because it makes you want to play Power Rangers, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm not
I
having.
mean, it must makes you want to play
happy about
Street Fighter, I guess.
I mean, most likely you've already played Street Fighter. Like, it's the point of being like, hey, this character from this game that you like is now in this game. So, hey,
I wish I could continue.
I
gotta get ready to work, folks. Peace.
But that's the first.
Nah, they
Later.
changed my schedule for this week, so I really have to go.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here, Inky.
better there,
Too.
better there
By the
than
time I
in
get-
Fortnite, right?
By the time I get there, if it's not crazy, I'll come back. But if it's not, I'm just like, peace out, people.
All right, man.
All right, man.
You have a good one. Enjoy your work.
Take
Well,
that bread.
Don't jump off the bridge at work.
Why would he? What?
Oh, you didn't hear my jump off a bridge.
Why would he do that? All right, guys. Can y'all hold the conversation down for a second? I'm gonna try to reach out to Bondo, see if we can.
I bet. So, Wolf, I understand you have more vast of a knowledge between Street Fighter than I do. Honest opinion, nay or yay? Like,
I mean, I'm 100% down for having Ryu and more things. Like I tell Burger all the time. Because hold on, let's see what Cecil. Because Capcom people who was doing Power Rangers at the time, they had a mobile game deal, and everyone loved Ryu as a Power Ranger. I'm telling you, like, Ryu being in this game is so goddamn lit. If I were to think of a guest character to be in the Power Rangers game, Ryu's the first name that pops up. Not because he fits so properly in the series, but because when you think of like a fighting game character,
Ryu is iconic in that sense, though,
He
because he
is
is the
the
token
poster
fighting game character.
he is the poster boy for fighting games. Look at that image. Look at those muscles.
I'm not gonna lie though, the Power Ranger getup is fire. I will give, if any, I will give the design credit. Like the costume wise, this is good. Like this legit can be like real Power Rangers that they ever wanted to like re-implement that into like the actual like series.
Like, there's so many Street Fighter Power Ranger crossovers on YouTube. I think there's official stuff as well, but just look at this man in the corner and just look at that little nipple right over the Y.
I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, I don't know why they had to like rehash like the golden like the gold shield and stuff. I think that look should be exclusive only to the Green Ranger, but you know that's just me, honestly.
The goat shield. You know more about Power Rangers than I do.
I mean, no, because like back in Mighty Morphin, the Green Ranger had like that gold shield around his chest. So that's like when I'm looking at like Ryu's Power Rangers costume, that's literally like low key just them just taking like the Green Ranger's like costume and just
you mean
making it more white to match Ryu's color scheme.
Yeah, the shoulders. Yeah, I see what you mean. But like, do you see the gloves on them? No.
No, the gloves are good though. Everything else is fine though. I'm just saying they kind of took that one aesthetic from the Green Ranger, just gave it to Ryu though. I mean, personally, as a Power Ranger fan, I think that should stay just with Tommy, man. We talk about the Green Ranger, one of the most iconic Power Rangers in the entire franchise.
So you don't think Ryu should get the shoulders?
I mean, Ryu got to earn the shoulders though.
Do
I
you
mean, I
see
get-
this man's fist?
And from in a Power Ranger say he got to earn that. He's got to earn it though, because we talking Power Rangers. We talking literally one of the top iconic franchises for kids fighting shows of all time.
So like, yeah, like Cecil said, it is an official short for this. Like Ryu versus Green Ranger, that's a fight that's like anyone who knows Power Rangers, they're gonna be like, yeah, I know Ryu. I know who that is. Having him fight this dude, yeah. And I could only imagine. Let's say they just like, let's drop some more people. I could see Bison in this. I think Bison would be sick. Give me Mecha Geef. Throw Mecha Geef in Power Rangers. That'd be dirty.
I mean, I'm not against I'm not against other franchises getting Power Rangers outside of like Street Fighter though. Can you think of like any other franchise you think they can put in? Like, can you think of anyone from Tekken, for example, that they can possibly put into this game if they want to go this route?
I mean, the perfect character to throw in there would probably be, if we're talking Tekken, it would have to be like Kazuya would have to be a bad guy. It's like, because Kazuya could throw hands. I think Kazuya would throw hands at Rangers any day of the week.
Not bad. I mean, personally though, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna go that route, definitely you can include Street Fighter. You can definitely include Tekken. Think
I
Mortal
don't-
Kombat can work there.
I don't give a damn.
Here, how you gonna come in here and talk all that? You know what? This is my group now. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to GITC.
I don't give a damn.
Me,
Like,
me and my co-host Biz
like I
10K.
don't give a damn.
I don't know what your problem is.
Look, man, I like Sentai. All
I
right?
understand that. But it's a
I think-
guest character.
Sentai can be a guest character.
It's
Kinda-
it's two guest characters. Why be like that? Why be like, you know what? It's not my Kamen Rider. I don't want
It
anybody.
could be Kamen Rider or Ultraman. Like, there are so many choices.
But
I'm
you're like,
sorry.
I don't.
I'm sorry that, look, I've seen Ryu in enough stuff. I don't.
That's coming from a guy who doesn't play Ryu. Having Ryu being the Shota, the game needed
I've played
Shota.
more games with Ryu in it than you have.
No, yeah, sure as hell did not.
I have not.
No.
Name 4 games with Ryu in that you've played.
Every single alpha,
Played those.
4, 5, every versus series,
Played those.
Gym Fighter. I've played the trilogy. I've played Fortnite.
Okay, well, you got me there.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't.
I wasn't expect you to bring out Fortnite.
I wasn't going that far down the rabbit hole. But I've played tons of Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Every game. He's in the RPG games I play. Like, I've played with Ryu enough. I've seen him enough times. I know how he is. Hey, look, man, I think I'm sorry that I feel this way, but when I think of a guest character for a Power Ranger game, I immediately think of Common. Beetleborg. Like, I think of characters that make sense in that universe and that I feel like don't get that proper
So,
shine.
based by your knowledge, though, based on what you're saying, though, if someone's to say, let's say, someone for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you think that would fit?
Nah. I mean, I know they fought in comic too.
My thing is, guest characters aren't necessarily supposed to make sense in the universe. It's just they're guest characters. They're kind of just there, and they shoehorn a really crappy story to make them fit in there.
Yeah.
And that's just guest character
Usually
101.
multi dimensions or like some other like other world type thing. You know, kind of like Mortal Kombat versus DC.
I mean,
It's
the thing
like,
with
we didn't get
Mortal Kombat
Geese
versus DC
immediately.
the thing with Mortal Kombat versus DC is that, I mean, these kind of make sense. I would like to see, you know, a guest character like Akira was cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
I'm like,
really.
oh wow, those are two universes. They obviously know each other because one is in the other. You know, Sakura's in there. So it's cool that we see that, and it's cool that you see a trailer, and I'm like, oh wow, that's Sakura stage. Wow, that's cool. I think it would be awesome, like, to see a Virtual Fighter character in Street Fighter as a guest character. Like, Virtual Fighter is one of the most oldest fighting games out there.
But the thing about that is like it has to make sense marketing wise. Like
There's
the reason why
merch-
Tekken is like such a slammer of a game is because it's like 3 DLC characters, Leroy, Fakaram, and Armor King are like the highest sold characters and most played characters that there are. Like it's cool that you want like a guest character to be a guest character.
But isn't Leroy and Falcon, like, aren't these now like Tekken original characters? Like, where I don't know.
Leroy's like he's like from a movie, I guess,
Is
bridged
he?
upon. But what I'm saying is the same. At the same time, you have to think of a marketing perspective where it's like, is this going to sell? Is in America's where this game is super popular? Is this game gonna Nightcore? Chloe is the best character. In a marketing perspective, can I see Kamen Rider over in America's making the money where Battle of the Grid is majority played? I believe no.
Yeah.
I don't see that bringing in the money. I see Ryu bringing in the money, and if they need to put Ryu in first to pave the way for Kamen Rider, hey,
I think it should be the opposite way around.
I do not.
I think when it comes to fans that are of Power Ranger, you know, that's like all cool, like, you know, a game for the fans, right? That's the stuff I think of, man. Like, who was the first guest fighter for Tekken? It was Akuma.
let's think about licensing as well.
Well, Akuma wasn't DLC. He was
How
part
easy
of
do you think it would be to get Kamen Rider in this game, licensing wise?
It's very much possible.
A Japan mainstay.
I mean, Capcom ain't a USA brand. A US
I know.
brand.
I think for license, and it's Capcom. It's literally Capcom.
I mean, but I'm saying Battle of the Grid isn't owned by Capcom.
Like, I think
they're not a Capcom-based company.
I think Ryu is the perfect, like, hey, let's test out this guest character in this game that doesn't have guest characters. Well, let's see how it is. And his combo system, it should be making people happy enough. The way his combos look are sick. It's dirty. It looks awesome. Now, Fortnite Ryu, that was a big whoa.
Got your Sasui Hado right here.
I just like it because I played a lot of Gary's mod when I was younger, and that fits right in. Anybody who played VR chat at Gary's mod, they're like, "Ooh, Ryu, you know, okay, I've been there, I've done that, I've seen that. I've seen Ryu running around in like a Team Fortress character. I've seen it, and I'm down for
Knuckles, where you at?
it." No, that was all over VR chat.
Definitely. Ooh.
That was the thing.
Put Miles Morales in a common suit and send him over. Hell, shut up, dude. Look, man.
Oh no, I think Miles will last in that universe.
I mean, they're nice over there. Some of them. I'm just saying, man. I'm only speaking from a fan of the Sentai universe. So as a fan, you know what I mean? I just want to see more like Sentai come together. That's what I'm big on right now. I'm thinking more of as a Power Ranger fan, as somebody that likes the Power Ranger brand first before I like Ryu, right? Because I grew up watching Power Ranger. When I think of that, I'm like, oh man, a character that could have been in this game. Damn, hell yeah, I wish it could have been Sentai. Hell yeah, I wish it could have been Kamen Rider or Battleborn. Because those are the characters I've always wished to meet. And I feel like any real fan, any big fan of Power Ranger would be like, oh yeah, Kamen Rider would be cool. I'm thinking from a fan of the Power Rangers before a fan of the fighting game. Of a fighting game, I see that. I can see a bunch of people who don't even care about fighting games, but like, oh damn, Kamen Rider. We're getting Netflix film. CC's saying it right. We're getting Netflix films for Ultraman. He can be there. Another Sentai universe. It's possible. Ultraman is pretty huge. We're getting stuff from him.
I find that I agree with you.
So wait, hold on, Burger.
Hmm?
You're basically saying though that what they're doing is just blatant plot placement, pretty much, right?
I mean, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying I wish it was someone from Kamen.
It's like I made it a point after watching so many Smash.
Inkpen was like, oh, go ahead.
I've seen with like Smash people playing Smash, people who play Tekken, just like, oh, this guest character, this character isn't the DLC character that I wanted. It's like, oh, but this game is doing so well that there's going to be 5 more season passes and you still get your chance. I find that getting content and getting, especially when it's like getting content with characters that are going to bring in more players, as obvious as Ryu being such a poster boy that brings people into a game. Like, oh, Ryu's in this game? There's a Shoto character? This game looks super complicated, but Ryu's always had that easy play style that's really easy for me to get into. Maybe I can jump into Battle of the Grid. That's one-touch death combos every time. I get where as a fan... It definitely is. I get it as a fan when you want Kamen Rider, but as a marketing move and as like a video game and the health of the fighting game itself, I think Ryu was the better chance. And I think Ryu being the first guest character, especially how beautiful Chun-Li's character model looks, I can't wait to see a full trailer to that. I think that it was the better choice. Maybe Kamen Rider come later, but for something especially as far as licensing, especially since Netflix has put out Ultraman, I think this is just way easier to get more money in marketing. And then it's a win-win. Street Fighter 5 gets a little bit more recognition. Battle of the Grid gets a little bit more recognition. I think it's a really good choice. Maybe, yeah, I could definitely say I want more Sentai characters. Hell, throw me some Saint Seiya characters. I'll be happy for that. That'd be pretty trippy if I were to think just versus. I think Ryu is still a solid choice.
I mean, I agree that you can always just add more characters later, but like Wolf said, though, Ryu is like the poster character for fighting games. So any way to kind of highlight your particular game, even if it doesn't like make total sense, though, it's a marketing strategy. And these franchises are out to make money any way they can.
When I first look at Battle of the Grid, I get intimidated by these combos. It's like the game looks fast but looks slow at the same time. These combos are really long, but it goes, oh, Ryu's in there. All right, the game probably can't be that hard. I could play a little bit of Ryu, get my goat going. I think I'm not saying Kamen Rider would be a bad choice. I just think for the health of the game, I think Ryu being in there is nothing but a positive. But then again, I don't play Battle of the Grid enough, and I'm definitely going to be jumping on there. I'm just one of the few people that's like, yeah, I like Ryu. I'm going to play him.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with having Ryu in the game for the most part.
I made I made the feelings. I don't get me wrong. I get where you're coming from. It just, I'm a fan first before, I'm a fan first.
You want it to make sense, so we get it. You just want it to make sense.
I just want to see the cross up that everyone really wants to see, right? Like at the end of the day, everyone wants a game where Marvel and DC finally meet. That's the end all be all. If we get a Marvel versus DC fighting game, Batman versus Spider-Man,
Well, it wouldn't be Batman versus Iron Man. That'll be better, honestly.
I mean, Iron Man dead now, so
Yeah, I remember when the movie was coming out, I was like, I already know from the comic who goes, so
like he gone. So Islander, what's up, fam?
Like I don't know. Like I think
I'm like, once again, I'm really passionate about this because I see it as a missed opportunity. How many
it's a missed opportunity though? They can always just go back.
No, I feel like how many Kamen Rider games have we officially had over here? How many chances did people really get a chance to see what Kamen Rider can do? There's some sick combos in Kamen Rider. They can fight, but no one you don't know because you haven't seen them. You haven't seen them. And
I get that, but there must be a reason. I'm pretty sure when they were thinking like, let's get characters for Battle of the Grid, I don't think they were just like boom Ryu. I think Kamen Rider or other.
I think Kamen Rider was mentioned.
I think they were definitely up there, but there was like, okay, who's gonna know Kamen Rider? Like maybe 4 hands showed in the room with 20. There's like, who's gonna know Ryu? I guarantee you, all 20 hands went up. So
like another
as
thing,
a fan, it's like, yeah, it's a lot more pure. Your choice is a lot more pure. Me, dirty scumbag, money making. Let's get the health of this game back up, and then we start putting in other characters that the fans want.
It's all about product and money. Dollar signs.
You got all the sick ass characters from the Power Ranger series anyway. All right, let's throw Ryu in there.
Honestly, I feel like they're still missing some couple originals from Mighty Morphin. I mean, all they really
Who
have.
do you think they're missing with Mighty Morphin though? Then, since you brought it up,
Zach, like Zach.
Yeah, Roger Reed was Cecil said.
The original Black Ranger, like
the first Black Ranger.
The original Black Ranger. They got the drone Black Ranger. It's not even. Yo, I'm a soldier. I'm like, damn.
I got a gun.
Damn, like
look at my motherfucking good.
Like you don't even got a special. All the specials and counters. Like
my boys are coming in. Look at my gun.
I'm sorry, his long range attacks are so annoying though.
But he still looks cool for just the army, bro.
I mean, yeah, he is cool. I ain't gonna front. Before he blasted, he called the boys. Like,
you call the homies.
Hey, yo, real quick, come over here. All right,
like, yo, get this fool. I
blast him. Blast him, like. Oh man.
Keep the convo going. I gotta go pour me a little bit of coffee. 2 seconds.
In that time frame, I say we can move on to another topic. Look, guys, I'm just really passionate about like Sentai stuff, and I just really want to see that cross up because it's a cross up that hasn't happened. It can happen. It should happen. Power Rangers Battle of the Grid was made with, hey man, the Power Ranger fans in mind. The Battle of the Grid story, Lord Draken. Excuse me. That's not a story that's like ever been like filmed over here or like animated or anything like that. That's from the comics. They went in there. They was like, hey man, this is a story we want to teach. It's not the best animated because they didn't have like big company going into it, but it was made with the fans in mind. So, hey man, that's just how I feel about it. But moving on, let's talk about wrestling real quick, right? Know it's something I can only talk about personally, but let's talk about WWE 2K22. So it's a brand new wrestling game coming out this year, and the first time in, I want to say, actually, yeah, this is the first time ever where the WWE 2K studio made the shit fest of WWE 2K20 on it. They've taken a year off to get their game right. You know, there was no annual release for 2K21. So they jumped over. So this is a game where they had time to develop and make it better. This is really big.
You say better, like make it better than Cyberpunk?
I mean, WWE 2K20 was better than Cyberpunk, and WWE 2K20 was pretty fucking bad.
We're talking about some WWE 2K22.
Yeah, sure.
So what was the last good wrestle game that you played?
2K19.
2K19. Which one was the one when there were like big hulking things? That was like in 20 like
WWE All Stars.
Was that lit?
That was dope. It was a great game, and
it looked like they had like a combo system.
Yeah, it was fun. You kick people and combo them again. It was really good. The thing with wrestling games, the thing with annual games anyway, is that when let's use like Madden, right? Every year they make a Madden, right? Mm-hmm. Unless you're a big fan of Madden, you know, you probably won't care to really buy it, because when you get these new games, nothing really changes. Some of the players are different, but it's still fundamentally the same game, right? Mm-hmm. In fact, I would say as years go on, we're just going to start adding microtransactions. Hey, you got to do this to get this. It's the same thing with any annual release games. I think the best wrestling games were SmackDown versus Raw back on the PlayStation 2 days, up to like 2007 or 2008, where like Triple H was on the cover.
Triple H, time to play the game. Sorry.
Or Here Comes the Pain. I'm a real big wrestling fan, and the really last good wrestling game that was great was WWE 2K14. I mean, 2K19 was good, but that's because 15 was meh, 16 was all right, that's cool, 17 was the same, 18 was meh.
Wait.
Subpar, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it was.
Time. Maybe that time you were watching something on a pay-per-view, and me and Steven came over. We watched it with you.
Yeah.
It was Chris Jericho versus the guy that does the reverse crab walk thing. Remember that?
Chris Jericho does do the reverse.
No, it was the other guy, the fake Undertaker, the creepy dude that does the
Fire Kane.
Yeah, I think that's
like he referred to Kane. That's the mayor of Knox County.
No, not Kane. No, it wasn't that long ago. It was when I think there was like a trio, or he did like a scare tactic to where he's on the ground and he gets up like reverse crab walks or something.
Bray Wyatt,
probably. But like
he's kind of chunky.
He's kind of chunky. I remember like it was the stirrer outside of the ring. Chris Jericho takes his hat and punches the hat like it was on his head, and punches the hat, and they were like, "Oh!" I remember that being the stupidest. I've watched wrestling for a long time. I've never seen someone punch somebody else's hat and do damage.
Hey man, you got to be in it. You just got to accept what you can get.
That was beyond the stupidest.
I remember that day you came over, because that's the day John Cena got his ass beat by Brock Lesnar. We was sitting there like, he's gonna do more, right? It was like, nah, he got the same move done to him like 17 times.
Bro, I remember the salty ass Lay's chips that we were eating there, and just remember sitting there going, I can't believe we're in wrestling anymore. I remember when Steve Austin and Booker T was destroying a supermarket. Now I get Chris Jericho punching a guy's hat. But what makes a good wrestling game? Because I've always felt that wrestling games missed some tight combo mechanics that are making me really want to play it. I always felt like there's some randomness into it that's not really fleshed out. Would you say like it releasing a game every year refuses to let it flesh out its combo system? It's really nitty gritty.
Chaos Dragon is saying when the hell we get in the Cycle Range of the power in the in Battle of the Great?
I would like the Cycle Range actually in Power
That'd be-
Rangers. I'll be
that'd be
okay
cool.
with that.
That'd be cool. That's Lord.
There's a chance.
But
There's still a chance.
but wrestling. Honestly, dude, the problem is that these wrestling games, they don't really care. You know what I mean? They're just trying to. The truth, when you really look at like how these games are being developed and things like that, when let's say when 2K22 releases, right, and it drops, they are already working on 2K23. Like they immediately start working on the next game, and there's a cutoff period where if a wrestler doesn't debut or show up by this time, they're not going to make it in the game. So, you know, wrestlers tend to change things on the fly. You know what I mean? They go with a new haircut or they wear a new outfit or something like that. Like something very small like that can bother a wrestling fan. So a lot of people have been asking for just simple like character creation. It's more about listening to the fans and making these games more funner, you know. That I think for me, the biggest, coolest thing about a wrestling game, they had a mode called Create a Story, where you can basically create your own wrestling story. Definitely made the game longer, in my opinion, but so far it's like there are definite demands that fans have been asking for the last 10 years, and they have been ignored. I mean, they'd be like, yeah, we kind of gave you this, but they've been ignored. There's been the same animations and like 2K19 or 2K20 that's been in there since 2K16. Like,
So is this just like a?
it's like, hey man, here's an update. Here you go, $60.
But I have to wonder who's the actual demographic at this point of these games. I don't think it's full-fledged adults that are big fans of this game. I think they're quick enough to understand like, hey, this is just a rehash.
I mean, it's
6 gigabyte update of the same game. I think that these games
a
are
lot of people tend, and you know, younger fans aren't really like, you know, younger fans.
I think it's more geared towards the younger audience.
I don't know, because you know, you see a lot of younger people playing it too, and it's like they're saying it's, I think they say it's bad just because of like the stories of what a good wrestling game is. But if you get 18 and 19, you get it 2 years apart, you know, there's really no difference. You know, the average fan, oh, it looks great, you can do all this and do all that and do that and do all this, that, and the third. But you know, the true wrestling fans, they're the ones playing this game like all the way up until the next one comes out. You know, a new fan will probably play it for like the first 2 months and drop it. The wrestling community are the ones keeping it alive. That's why they're like dedicated YouTube channels to only like wrestling game coverage and things like that, because we're desperate. We're trying to get anything. AEW is really cool because they're a new wrestling company and they're trying to make a wrestling game that was probably based off the greatest wrestling game of all time, No Mercy, from the Nintendo 64.
Oh, the green one.
What's that? The green one?
The one that was like the intro was like black and green. The cartridge. I didn't have that one. I had WrestleMania 19 and another.
You probably had 2000 WrestleMania.
Probably two. I think, you know, I need WrestleMania wrestling as a whole to get the Dragon Ball Z treatment. Give me a good 2D version of it. Start over.
I mean, they have, you know, there's Fire Pro Wrestling, which is like, you know, it's Japan wrestling, but it's like that old classic style. You know, every year you see a game, if it looks exactly the same, you don't really care. You know, it seems like they don't really take into consideration. And WWE 2K20 was such a train wreck where they was like, all right, we'll work on it this time.
Wait, I got a real question. Not actually another question. I think, what if Crazy Shot in the Dark, like Ninja Storm, we understand that Demon Slayer is like kind of a rehash way, but
it's the same thing, bro. Like what?
But remember, a lot of people
press triangle 2 times, press circle.
A lot of people who are anticipated for this game, their number one thing is, how else would this game have been made? We're happy with the way this game looks. What if wrestling, just any wrestling, WWE or whatever, got that same kind of treatment, like Rey Mysterio chakra dashing across the screen?
I don't know. That'd be kind of weird.
Shut your mouth.
I love it. Yo, backdash into the ropes.
Shut your
Backdash
mouth.
into the.
Shut your mouth.
It'd be sick. What are you
You're not the one buying these games on
It'd
day
be
one launch. Like
it'd
you're
be-
not the one buying these games on
If
day
you
one
chakra
launch.
dash back and then
You
press
still
X at the
wouldn't
right
buy it
time,
day one launch. You
jump
would
onto the ropes.
You still wouldn't buy it day one launch. You'd be like,
What?
what?
You're
That look
bananas.
cool, but
You're
no.
bananas. What? Give him the 619.
Nah, man.
You're bananas.
The craziest you'll ever get is WWE All Star and WWE Battleground, and Battleground was trash. Honestly,
I want All-Star back where they're like their muscles are the size of minivans.
Yeah, All Stars was pretty wild, but All Stars was fun. Like I ain't gonna front.
Again, that game was purely when you look at it and you saw commercials, and that's like one of the other wrestling games I can remember having like commercials. That game was just meant for wacky fun, and that's exactly what wrestling is supposed to be.
Well, a lot of wrestling follows an interesting demographics because there's a large chunk of people who wants that arcade feeling. You know what I mean? That arcadey feel, and the direction that 2K is going into is they're going in more into a simulation feel, right? They want it to be exactly like the show. Problem with simulation is that it's not as fun as arcade. I'm fine with it either. I like simulation. I like to be immersed in things like that, but they're not doing good at it. So like maybe try something else. And then they tried arcade and it was still bad. I'm like,
the way they walk left and right, that kind of like stiff movement where they like kind of look like they're walking on like some slippery surface. No, I can't get jiggy with that.
I mean, that goes into the fact that they're not trying. Honestly, a lot of this boils down to, hey man, the wrestling game from 2018 to 2019 is like, hey, here's some new characters, here's some new wrestlers. We gave you a DLC move pack.
You want Roman Reigns?
And then we let you be able to put more clothes on.
Guest characters. Give me, if there was guest characters for this, what kind of guest character would you put in a wrestling game?
Just wrestlers from different companies.
Wrestlers from
Impact,
different. Come on, think a little.
AEW.
Bigger.
I am. This is big for a wrestling fan.
To be able to add
Makes sense. It has to make sense. And
be
they're
able to add music to
But-
the game interests would be like a big copyright type of thing.
listen to me. There have been guest characters in wrestling games before. It has not been great. The worst one I can think of right off the bat was Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. I don't know why he was in a
That's
wrestling
just
game.
different. But Steve,
But he was definitely
Steve
a-
was in the ring before. Give me Steve O guest character right now.
like, hey, bro, look, you got Fred Durst, all right? You're not getting no more.
I want
Like,
Trump in the ring. Put Trump in the ring.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's the ladder match with
You can-
Trump.
you can make him have his hair.
Hell in a Cell with Trump. Oh man, it'd be a beautiful thing. I still think guest characters are just the lifeblood of fighting games now.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. It kind of depends on the fighting game, though.
But continue on. So we jump from to 2K 2020. Burger, your main thing is that you feel like they're getting lazy and just throwing it out.
Oh yeah, I mean that's been the case for years. You know what I mean? There trust me, there's been some weird choice of characters. I mean, some been cool, like cool, Mike Tyson.
Where's Goldust?
He's in AEW now. Like,
Is he still alive?
yeah. There's Mike Tyson is in wrestling. They put a dinosaur.
Put Mayweather. Mayweather was throw some jabs at Big Show.
They could have put, but they got to give him a check, and
They got to give him even money. Mayweather got to give him more money.
they put a hoe in which wrestling game was that?
Maybe they
Damn.
should cross over into like comics. Or that might be even harder to get in there, right? Maybe get
I mean, they
Juggernaut
put.
in there.
I mean, the Terminator was in there, Arnold, and it was only because it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's because
Yeah.
he's done stuff for wrestling.
I think having a Hulk, having like Juggernaut, Colossus, like comic book characters would be like a good American, like, yeah.
Well,
This
I don't think that's what fans like. Fans honestly do. Fans just want a good wrestling game. That's all they really want. And it's just so far every wrestling game has been, basically the last year game plus. You know, it hasn't been really anything that made you feel anything different. When I was a kid, there were so many. There was Day of Reckoning for the GameCube. Like everything felt different.
Oh, Day of Reckoning was good, yeah.
I love Day of Reckoning, man, and it had a different like approach to it. Now everything is the same, and it's one company. The last company that was working with them was like, "Yo, we kind of want to make a new game because our staff is getting lazy. It's just Control Alt Delete." So that's just how I feel on it. I mean, Rey Mysterio looks cool. I think he looks real.
619.
He looks realer, but you know, I just want this to be the wrestling game that I want. I'm a big fan. The last one, 2K20, is probably the worst game. Oh, I was so mad about that game. In fact, that was the game that made me start doing reviews. I was like, no, let me talk trash.
Rey Mysterio looks like he's like a Baki character with the way he's
That's
looking.
funny.
Yeah, that solemn eyes. He looks like a Baki character. That's the same look that all of them do.
Rey Mysterio look tired.
He said, "We're here for another game, huh?"
I'm tired.
He
Like,
said, I got my white contacts today.
let me retire, goddamn it. All right, let's talk a little Ghost of Tsushima. Right? Don't know if you noticed, but Ghost of Tsushima developers are actually working on a new multiplayer title. Now, this is very interesting because Ghost of Tsushima was a great title. Now, what, did you play Ghost of Tsushima yet, or you?
Nah, I still haven't.
I still haven't either.
Wow, that's crazy. That game is fantastic. I watched Vahid play through that whole game like every day. It was like, man, this is crazy. Like,
Oh, that feeling. Before we get into that, what's the last game that you've had that feeling with? Like from start to finish, you're like, man, this entire experience is just
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah, that is the latest game that's like
That's
a
the last.
smash. That's a smasher.
That's the last game I played. I had nothing to do with it. I had no like real interest to play with it. I just knew that it was an English dub. It was RPG. I was like, all right, 2 boxes check. Let's try it. And it was great. And I played and honestly, around the time when I played like a Dragon, I played like a couple other games that was really good. 13 Sentinels was really good. The battle gameplay was really trash, but I think 13 Sentinels is literally one of those games where the story is so good that you can forgive everything else.
I think Dark Souls 3. Even though I'm like way late to the party for Dark Souls, I think that was the last game that I played. While I was.
It doesn't matter how late you are, just as long as you if you just playing it and you're getting full enjoyment out of it, man. That's all I mean.
That and Hades. Hades, I was like, wow.
Well, Bondo has been telling you about Hades for a minute.
I know, but it was just like when people say this is a game that's like, all right, let's go for it. It's like League of Legends, where you're like, let's go for another, and then 40 minutes later, you're like, oh, that was 40 minutes. I think Hades slammed that time. If Hades came on like mobile somehow, it'd be.
Chaos not trying to hear anything until you see the final product of WWE. I understand. Everybody like that. You know, it's funny when your game's tag line it hits different. I'm like, it should. Like, oh, that last one was garbage. What about you, Biz? What's the last game that you played when you felt like that you completed, that you felt complete euphoria? Just
like there was
complete
nothing about
satisfaction.
this game like 100%. Like, yeah, I had a good time. This was a good ride.
Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Really?
The first one. I was like, wow, this was
Really?
I was reliving my childhood again.
Damn. I hate Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
No, I really like the story for the most
Cyber
part.
Sleuth was the one that was on PlayStation 1 first, right?
Cyber Sleuth was a
Oh, PlayStation
PSP game
Oh
first.
no.
It was super old, but then it got redone.
It got remade for the PS4, and I was like, yo, this is my childhood over again. This is why I love Digimon.
I mean, you can't beat me. You can't hit me with nostalgia. I mean, wrestling been doing that for years, but but like as a game that from start to finish, I had so many problems with Cyber Sleuth. I was like, man, this story is kind of man. I mean, the cool thing was the Digimon, right? They did give you tons of Digimon. That was one of the
Half the fun that game in general was just like trying to complete the Digidesk and like actually collect all the Digimon, and like by the time like you get to like the Ultimate and Mega evolutions, like you got your choice of some pretty fire Digimon.
I just feel like Digimon was, and once again, you know, if you had a great experience with it, hey man, more power to you. This is just my experience from it. And because I bought it, day one, I had it on PlayStation Vita. PlayStation 3. I had it. Was it just like no? I had it on PlayStation Vita. I had it on PlayStation Vita. I got it. Super excited for it. Super. Is disappointed the word? I don't think I was disappointed. It was just one of those games. I was like, all right, it's over, and I have no desire to go back. And then I played Hacker's Memory, which is roughly the same game, just like a little different. It's just so much damn dialogue in that game, like stupid.
It's one of those games where I feel with Digimon, you have to like really invest into the story though. It's not so much about like the battles and stuff. It's like the actual story because they actually do try to tell you a compelling story for the most part.
Even the story was really lazy told to me. It was like, okay, I kind of understand. Like from the opening scene and from that open trailer, like when the city is under attack, I was like, oh hell yeah! And the lady comes in a car, and she drives up and it's like, get in. And it's like, oh yeah. And I just didn't get that feeling again. I was just like, it just felt a lot of rinse and repeat. Hey, go into this network and go do this and stuff like that. It felt dry to me, and the story's probably one of the leaser things I like. Like I said, the making Digimon thing, oh man, that was fantastic, man. I remember I saw Skull Greymon, I was like, oh, I remember when Ty bullied Agumon to turn it into that shit.
I mean,
that was the greatest scene ever. Digivolve, piece of shit, just Digi. And it just turned Skull Greymon. I'm like, oh.
I think another game that really resonated with me is I've never seen Lost Words Beyond the Page, but another game that is going to sound crazy, but I think Call of Duty Black Ops was like one of the only shooting games that story I was like, damn, this is good.
Fucking numbers, like
numbers, son. And then like you get to the zombie and it's like white, and then you had a text chat adventure like it was the goddamn like 19 whatevers. And that also unlocks a top-down shooter version. Dude, Black Ops 1 was just all around. I mean, except the DLC, man. Black Ops 1 was just like a complete package for me when it came to like a shooting game. It felt absolutely complete with everything that I needed to do and more.
Reznov, where are you?
Where are you, Reznov?
Reznov! I'm like, oh shit. It was cool because like I remember my friend told me like he was like, yo, if you shake the analog stick, you can like break out from the chair. I'm like, oh shit, word. And I was like, oh, this game.
And then you continue on it. It was a good game. That was the only Call of Duty that I sat down and said, this is just a good game.
They don't make it like that anymore. Now they make Call of Duty games with just online. Ain't no story campaign.
Hear me out. Warfare is I forgot what that Warzone is evidently an absolute hitter. Oh, Big Red 1 on the PS2. Damn. That's when Call of Duty was like more historic and it like messed up time. It would just be the only crazy twist was that like your homeboy steps on a landmine. Like that's it. But
I was playing more Medal of Honor back in those days.
Oh, I definitely was not. But yeah, that was still like the days where the story was more important on the shooter game, and there were LAN parties to play multiplayer.
Oh shit, a LAN party, right?
LAN parties, bro. Let's link our
PlayStations. All right, hold up. We're getting off the topic real quick. I do gotta talk about this. You guys think
we'll get to it later?
Well, it's just because this topic is very close to the next one I'm gonna bring up.
All right.
I'm just saying, Ghost of Tsushima. Developers are working on a new multiplayer title. Do you think it's going to be great? Everybody thought Cyberpunk was going to be good because it was made by Project Red, and turns out it was a bunch of shit. But Ghost of Tsushima is really great story-wise, character-wise. Everything's good. So if they're going into the multiplayer realm, I'm excited to see. I would like to stick with single-player games. You know what I mean? Because it's like, come on, man. This is a dying breed, man. Keep this story alive.
I mean, I haven't played it, but the few clips that I have seen, it was like not only is the story good, but character relationships were pretty good too.
Oh man, you feel for your characters, dude.
Like that's the number one thing. Like with music, especially games. Like I think after Nier, and especially around the time Nier was released, it became really about your character-driven story rather than the story itself. Like Final Fantasy 15 made a slammer because the boy band were like that close.
Yeah, then they fucking leave,
and then they leave, and
it's like
pay the
DLC, pay the fuck out. It's like what?
He was gone for 10 minutes. So what do you mean?
Like what?
I went from this checkpoint to that checkpoint, and he's like, "All right, I got a scar on my chest."
Where you get the scar from?
What? If you remember near the end, Prompto went missing for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
He comes back, he's like,
baby.
he's like, turns out I'm a clone, and they didn't even touch on it.
It's like
they didn't talk about it at
I'm
all.
A test tube baby, and I used to be fat. I'm like, what?
Like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, buy the
Royal Edition. Like, you can get everything that should have been in the game. Oh yeah, that's right. All that plans were scrapped, but this is the remaining one we got. Man, fuck that game.
Oh, it's so disrespectful when I think about Final Fantasy 15 and newcomers of the genre be like, yeah, Final Fantasy.
Oh man, it was
great.
Great. I hate Gary, yo. Gary that made me so mad.
So
man, what's wrong with it? Like, you haven't played any other Final Fantasy game. Your standards are extremely low.
He's like, yeah, I waited 2 years so I can get the final edition when you could play all the characters. It only took them 2 years to allow you to do that. Like, come on, bro. Ooh.
I was waiting for this game since they announced it when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. Versus 13. Give me a fucking break.
Versus 13 Nagito.
PlayStation 3, this game was come on.
But
I digress.
Character relationships in Ghost of Tsushima seem good. The combat seemed good. The like mini missions still like felt, the characters in the world itself felt organic. It felt like you were there. And I remember when this game came out, it was nothing but like screenshots of beautiful sunset sceneries.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, the thing is,
we make a complete title like that. All you got to do is like, hey, let's call up those Halo guys or something real quick, get some tips. All right, we got a fantastic game. So I could see this being like a hitter.
I think the answer to your question, Chaos, is that they are working on Ghost of Tsushima. It's that they're now working on a multiplayer exclusive title. Something that's, I don't think it's going to be anything Ghost of Tsushima related. I don't know if it's going to be shooter. I don't know what it can be. For all we know, it could be kart racing. Like, but it's just that being what they were able to create with a single experience. It's like, okay, well, I wonder what they can do. Maybe like throw their name in the hat and put some more great multiplayer titles in there, so that we can all get excited for. That's how I feel. Being that we was talking about games that we played that left us feeling euphoric, that brings me into another conversation I want to have. I don't think we ever really covered here, but what's the game that you started and you've always, or it could be an anime that you always wanted to go back and finish? You never really got to finish it.
Can I say about a game that I never went back and finished, but I then went back and actually finished it? Or just ones that I still have linger until today?
The ones that you still have linger today. You can talk about your story real quick.
All right.
It makes you like, all right, I just want to get this out.
All right. I mean, Devil May Cry 3, if I can talk about the ones that I finished going back, that game was like, everyone dropped off when they went to the Cerberus fight. They was like, yo, this game's hard as balls. But
Devil May Cry 3?
Yeah. I knew plenty of people who stopped right at the Cerberus fight because they didn't understand
the game mechanics. That's when you got the coolest cutscene. Like,
yeah, when he started flying around with the chunks.
He started flying on the missile and...
Yeah, listen. Here, boy. Trust me, I understand. That was a game that I put down for like a month. I was like, yo, I can't beat this guy. Came back and beat the rest of the game. I was like, yo, let me beat this game, I don't know, 10 more times. Oh, special edition with Virgil? Oh yeah, let me buy that too. Trust me, I love that game. But if a game that I could talk about now,
yeah,
it was the game
that you started, never finished.
Alien.
Saga.
Alien Isolation. That game, I've been a horror video game nut all my life. Alien Isolation, it doesn't scare you in the sense that you're like, ooh, there's jump scares right here. It scares you where you get so engrossed by the music, the world, the area, the visuals, that you're generally afraid for your life. that game had me like on edge. It was a horror game because I was like turning this game on. I'm like, am I really gonna torture myself like this? Have something hunt me? It felt like a literal tiger was just prowling in the grass around you.
I do remember you having a weird infatuation with that game. I was like, man, this ain't that great. But I didn't know that you was such a big Alien fan.
No, I guarantee you, if you get to that part as anyone playing the game, you're gonna be scared shitless. When the alien actually starts coming and starts hawking you down, you're going to be scared shitless.
I remember playing that game and I was like, I don't fucking care about Alien that much.
You're bugging. I mean,
Like,
the AI sucks dick for everybody else, but the aliens is so finely tuned, and you'll never see that in another game where every time you die, the aliens' habits change a little bit, and it starts lurking you out even harder.
There was a game that's like that with like, hey, the AI learns, or damn, I'm starting to forget.
There's always games that say
I think it was
that
like Hello Neighbor. I think Hello Neighbor was really
yeah, but that game, as it updated, it got worse because they were like, what do we do with this game? That game died because of development.
I mean, hey man, I got Hello Neighbor 2 and the lore is stupid. It's like 4 books on it now. So
well, I mean, that must be for the lore monsters, and because that game, from my knowledge, died.
I don't remember. But what is a game that you still haven't finished that you're like
Alien Isolation.
I thought, because I could have sworn I thought you beat it.
No, I didn't. It does get very much tedious from like the middle to the end. It feels like the game was stretched an extra 8 hours. And playing on hard mode, I really started to feel that because there'd be moments where the alien shouldn't see me and he'll just hawk around the room for literal 10 minutes and I can't leave. That's how good the AI is. It's just like, all right, like I can't leave. I've been streaming and I've been sitting here for 20 minutes.
Get your bitch ass up.
Like get down. There was a scene where there was a camera that went left to right, and there's like one of those motion cameras, and it lurks the alien. But at the same time, if the alien sets it off and is going into the vent at the same time, it would then reignite its like AI, and it would just constantly come in and out. I was stuck in a room for like 25 minutes.
Alien Isolation is hella scary chaos. Hey man. Well, this what about you? What's a game that you started? Could be past, could be something that you touched on the PS2, but it's something you never got a chance to go back and finish, but you really want to.
Outlast.
Outlast?
Is it real? I thought you beat Outlast.
No, I didn't beat it. I'm close, but I didn't. I'm not. I'm still like on the last part.
That you wish you can beat. You can like beat it.
I could, but I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to work up the curse to actually finish it.
Outlast was not that scary.
It was for this. Like you gotta.
You didn't hear me scream, Wolf.
What's in
I
here?
definitely did.
Pain.
What the?
Oh God.
I definitely saw the floor for a good 10 minutes. I definitely saw it. But
Come on, bitch. There gotta be a better answer than that. There gotta be a game that you can enjoy. That, like, come on, man. Think really big. It could be a game that you played on PS2, PlayStation 3, a game that you started, and because it doesn't sound like you want to go to Outlast. You're just like, oh man, fuck that game. I mean, if you do go back to streaming, you gotta go back to streaming though. But what's a game that you?
I know. I gotta go back to. I mean, shoot. I mean, you said it could be an anime, right?
Could be an anime.
yeah, what game or anime? Yeah,
I know. Honestly, though, I want to get back to One Piece. I know that's gonna take like a lifetime.
that
But
was generic. You could have.
Come on, dude. What's with these generic ass answers, dude?
Everyone says that.
No one can. It's impossible. Like,
I don't know. I was at a good point too, and I was
and
I
you
fell off
lost
having
your
to jump-
way, and now you can never follow back up because it's like 600 more episodes. It's not going to be done until you're like 33.
No. I'm past like 300 episodes. I was up to the second part with they did the Dressrosa arc, but like I fell off it when they did like the meeting arc between the leaders.
Listen, I was just on Facebook and somebody on my friends list said, I just made it to episode 700. Hello, Gear 4 Luffy. I was like, oh my God. It's like accolades. People like, I made it. Watch. They put on their wall a certificate that says caught up in One Piece episode.
When they tell you to write your goals as a kid, as a sticky notice for I finish watch One Piece.
They look at the post-it note on the fridge.
Fuck, man!
Like I did it, Professor Jefferson.
Come on, man. There has to be an anime that like One Piece is such a generic answer because it's like, dude, it's the one anime that a lot of people can't finish for obvious reasons. Like, dude, it's so long. It could be something that, hey, you started episode 3 or 4, you just haven't found the time to go to it. Dig deep, bro.
I recommend for anyone who
hasn't
finished.
Hold on.
Anyone who hasn't finished Evangelion or like Death Note.
I mean, honestly though, there are a couple. Baki is an example, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I did start watching the first part, and I fell off that, and it was actually starting to get good.
Diamond Unbreakable is the best. But,
Yeah. But like, I want to watch.
They just announced Blue Ocean.
Order, though.
I mean, you could do that.
They did just announce it, and that's what motivate me more to actually rewatch the entire series.
Man, that creative.
Chaos Dragon said it started at last month, and I'm caught up in all the One Piece episodes. Did you start from number 1?
Like,
if you started from number 1, that's
I
actually
watched One
impossible.
Piece when it was on 4Kids TV.
No one talks about that. That's what was ugly. Like,
That's
Sanji with the lollipop.
Hey, Luffy.
What are you going over there?
Going out with the boat. Let me make you some food, Luffy.
You're hungry, Luffy, and made you a sandwich. Now he sounds like Trunks.
I mean, yeah, voice actor is the same as Trunks, so that makes sense.
Can you imagine 4Kids dub Sanji arguing with Sanji? Can you imagine 4Kids dub Sanji arguing with Zoro? Hey, look, you one-eyed bitch! I ain't listening to you no more.
I can't even remember what Zoro's voice was.
It was funny. It wasn't like terrible. I remember it being like, "Oh, okay, this is."
No, I put a sword in my mouth. Cool.
All right, cool. Nami. It was only.
Stop lying.
It was only Sanji that was the worst.
Oh, last March. That is what?
That is completely.
Hold on. Can I call out Chaos?
That's a whole year.
I'm all caught up in One Piece, and I started like.
You dedicated a whole year to catch up.
We were thinking you were talking about last month. Like what? That's last March.
Can I get a gold star for making it to episode 700? You can marathon in a year. It's just that.
That's a year.
A normal person just be like,
even that's impressive.
You can finish Naruto by the end of the year if you start now. Like,
oh my gosh, you had room to spare. Like
for real, dude. Like,
I made it up to episode 700. Wait, so there's more than 700 episodes right now, right?
It is.
So you telling me you only made it up to 700 in a year?
Hey man, that's a lot of One Piece.
That's a lot. That's more than 2.
That's a lot of One Piece
a day.
That's a lot of One Piece to consume, bro. I guess I'll go. I mean, man, there are tons of animes that I wish I could go back to. Everything that I really wanted to watch, I wish I could go back to. Honestly, I'm trying to think. I mean, I've seen Death Note. I know what happened, but I don't think I watched episode 1 to 24. I've always saw.
Oh no! If you ever like went to sleep on Adult Swim on a wrong night, you wake up like, wait, Light doesn't remember stuff. What happened?
I know for what I did was I watched the movie. We did, the recapture movie. Watched it at a friend's house, and I've always watched it in clips and things like that. And then I seen the manga. The manga ends different than the anime does. So when I saw the anime, I was like, is this even the same? Like, what's this shit going on here? Like, they gunned him down. Like, why is he running away into this stupid alley? Games though, man, there are a shit ton, right? I wish I could step.
I mean, you play long.
I do.
Visual novel.
Visual novel isn't that hard.
80 hour freaking RPG.
Dude, when I get engrossed in stuff, like, look at my man. I gotta show you my Steam library.
You show me your 1,000 hours in these videos.
Yeah, you gotta see.
But it's like, why is it 1,000 hours? I don't get it.
I like to play the game, bro.
But it's like it's 1,000 hours.
Yo, leave me. Leave me alone, bro. Like, I like to get invested.
When internet go off, I understand.
I like to get invested, bro. Leave me alone.
You sure? I know you played him so much. You were doing the voices for him, weren't you?
Hey man, leave me alone.
I knew it. That's what you really spent your hours on.
Some visual novels don't got voice acting. Like
I know, but that's what you spent your hours on. I bet you were literally just doing all the voices.
Hey man,
Tell me I'm wrong.
you are
Am I?
sort of.
What's it? Am I wrong?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Honestly, game that I wish I could go back and finish. I mean, I wasn't gonna say Kingdom Hearts 3, but I kind of want to go back.
Oh, I don't even want to sleep on that.
I don't even want to go back there. All right, so Resident Evil Fate, it was a Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 game. They now have a 4K version on PlayStation now. I would love to go back to that just because I never fully completely beat it. Tales of Berseria. I'm like at the end. I'm like midpoint. I just stopped liking it. You know what
It's
I
the
mean?
gameplay.
But but part of my brain is like, maybe they're waiting for you to beat Berseria before you announce the new one. I'm like, is that what it is, God? Like,
It's the gameplay. It's so boring unless you choose a different character. I couldn't finish that game.
hey, Bino, shut up. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Agreeing with the one who was right.
shut up, Bino. Like, if you get shot.
Lord me.
Violence.
Disgaea 2? Disgaea 2
was all menus.
Disgaea 2 is the one I did not play. I played everyone. I touched it, turned it on. Played 1, played 3, played 4, played Disgaea D1. But I never finished playing 2. So there's a couple of games that I want to go back to. As far as anime, My Hero, I guess.
My Hero.
Really? They just announced the 5th season, though.
Oh, never mind then. Like, never mind.
Yeah, I want it.
Fine. I don't think I want that anymore in my life. Anime that I really want to go back to. But the thing is that a lot of anime I watch tend to have 12 episodes, so they're really, I could finish them if I just sit down to watch. Baby Steps, that's what I want to do. Baby Steps and Prince of Tennis.
I tried reading Prince of Tennis manga.
I can't do that.
I was like, this is bad.
This don't give me the feeling I need at all.
Oh, this manga don't look that great.
This is shook. Like, but yeah, Prince of Tennis and Baby Steps. Those are the two animes I want to sit down and want to finish watching. And Higurashi When They Cry, the new one. I guess.
I want to really finish Konosuba.
Oh man, Konosuba is so fucking great.
I know that's the problem. Is I really want to finish this.
It's so good.
It's so I know it's stupid good, dude.
It's dope. Like
I gotta finish it.
Oh, even Bino like it. It's like, wait, so so she's just useless. I'm like, yeah, fuck Aqua. Like,
yeah, she around and complains. Yeah,
like yo, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I only got one tech. I only got finally give myself a skill where I can use for me learn a party trick.
He's like, here, you want some water? that I know for a fact that show is gonna be like, all right, this is super memorable. I gotta watch the movies now.
That show is the movie is great. I love Megumi, bro. Megumi, I like all characters. Like, I even like Aqua. I just she just fucking sucks. You know what I mean? Like when Cosmo cursed her out, he's like, you don't do shit. You waste everyone's time. All you do is party tricks. What use are you? How are you a goddess and you're this useless? Like, what is your purpose of life? And she didn't have nothing to say. She just cried. It's like,
yeah, I'm like, damn, no wonder they got rid of your ass that quick. Yeah, see ya.
You didn't have to say all that. Like, honestly, Aqua kind of reminds me of Bino sometimes. Not because she's useless, but just because, like, if you add sway to some of her statements, it's like, holy shit. Like,
that's all. Yeah, that's all I hear. So wait, what you talking about, Sway?
Like, you don't have to talk to me like that, Sway.
Like, she's so
I'm a goddess, Sway. Like,
I literally gotta look down and hear Sway all the time.
You don't gotta talk to me like that, Sway. You're so mean. Oh man. Like, I love that show. Love this show. Oh man, how to pick up? Is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeons? Pretty good. It only got 2 seasons. I kind of want to go back to that.
Yeah, I heard that's pretty good.
My boy Bell, man.
I watched like a few episodes.
I watched a few clips of that actually. So is she supposed to be based off Mother Teresa or something?
Nah, not at all. Hista, his goddess that he plays to, that he likes. She's
Boobs?
I guess those are boobs. Like
Talking about the blue hair chick in the white with tattered clothes, the boobas.
yeah, she does.
Yeah.
I don't
Mother Teresa. That's kind of a hard comparison. She's not a nun, dude.
Oh. They said she was based off some religious figure though.
Yeah, she's a god.
Oh, okay.
But she's like the lower god. like people don't like the other gods don't respect her and stuff like that. Man, dude, there are tons, hundreds, so many enemies I wish I could go back into. But only time gives you so much, man. In fact, as soon as we're done, I'm gonna start watching some anime as soon as we get off. After I show Al with my Steam library hours again.
I don't want to see your disgusting Steam.
No, you must know.
You have more time on that one thing than I do on any of my games.
Hey, bro, get
Combined.
good. Get good, I guess. Like, get bored, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Look, let's get into our last topic of the day. All right. Originally, this was going to be my Nani because Sony done making me mad. PlayStation.
Sony making me mad.
Sony making me mad, bro.
Make me mad. Sony make me mad, real mad.
PlayStation, what is your problem? As we all know, I hold a very special connection with the PlayStation 3 library. That's literally
It's going bye-bye.
That's the home of all my games that I own, all the JRPGs that really made me be like, yo, all right, I think I'm a JRPG fan. That's where it all started from. It started from PlayStation 3. And the issue, what they're doing, the problem that's happening right now is that basically the system is gonna brick itself. Even if you own a PlayStation 3, this system, because they're stopped giving out patches to it, so games can't be played on it. It won't load up. So even if you own a PlayStation 3, unless you like hack it or homebrew it, which is the same hacking, it'll be completely useless. And they're thinking about doing the same thing with the PlayStation 4 in a couple of years. I fucking hate Sony, man. You're telling me games that I physically own, I won't be able to play, and they're not available anywhere else? How the hell am I supposed to play Tales of Exilium?
I don't know, man. They're probably gonna re-release it, buy it again.
I mean, I doubt it. They can't even release the new one. And Biz, I don't want to hear this whole bullshit about, hey man, they want you to move in the direction of the future. They
Direction of the future.
They don't want you to keep getting hung up on the same thing. Try this new thing, all right? The fuck out of here, dude. Like, that's the equivalent of being like, all right, I own these old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh, I forgot I got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Like, I'm looking at it. It's like in this golden thing that my buddy got for me for my birthday. I don't know why he thought I wanted it, but it was like such a thoughtful gift. It was like, hey, bro.
Here's his Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
It was like, yo, dude, my boy Mike came over, man. Like, hey man, I know you like playing Yu-Gi-Oh game on your NVIDIA shield, your system. Look, dude, for old time's sakes, I bought you a Yu-Gi-Oh deck and I bought mine, and we're gonna do it like old time. I'm like, hey, bro.
Super sweet.
Like, I don't think I care that much. Like, he was like, come on, man, let's have a duel right now.
Come on, Scout.
I'm like,
champ.
Bro, my hands are too big for these fucking cards. Like, I don't remember them being this bit small. It's like, and then I opened up my deck and I was like, bro, these are booster packs. He was like, that son of a bitch said this was the newest cards. Yeah, they probably are. But they're booster pack cards.
So we gotta take a guess.
So you have a structured deck. I don't even know what's in this shit. I got like, so. But it was so fun.
Anyway.
Yeah, we definitely did. And he bust my ass. So like, it's very hard. It's very hard. Yeah, my shit was my birthday. Interesting. Very hard to duel with cards you don't know what's in them.
Uh,
I know what was in them.
I mean, look, I get what
He's like scrub.
I mean, it's funny though. Just feel the
Freaking
magic
noob.
though, Gene. That's half the fun of opening booster packs.
Feel the magic.
We not even
Feel the
ready.
magic.
Feel the magic. What type of non-Asta like shit is that? Like,
Feel the magic.
there was
Wow.
nothing to
With the flow,
feel.
then.
Like,
You had to be cheeky with it, huh, Burger?
first of all, I just think feel the magic. Like, don't be mad at me. I love the Mike. Look, bro. Mikey is one of my bestest friends out there. We're friends since elementary school. And he's still the same to doofus I knew since then. It's a really good friend. But no, that was a terrible deal. It was still the magic, bro. I didn't even know what half these fucking cards did. I was like,
Wait, what?
Like,
How do you not know?
because I'm just gathering shit out of a booster pack. I don't know the architect this is from. I don't know what they're designed from. I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure I don't have the cards to make this work. Like, shit was a bad experience for me, man. I'm like, well, my cards are new. I'm like, you could even got me a protective sleeve, bro. Like what the fuck, dude? Like, why did you bring a land king?
give me your protective sleeve.
The fuck, dude? Like, you don't even care what happened to these shits. I'm like,
I even the clear ones.
like, what the fuck?
I
bro?
had the clear ones.
Highly mad about this shit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm over here thinking of the decks I own on the game. None of these cards are in. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this card? I'm over here drawing shit. Ooh, cool card with 10 stars. Ooh, 30. All right, 3,500 attack points. This card can only be summoned with this card. Do I have that? No. Well, it's nice
Why'd you
looking
put in
at
your
it.
deck then?
Motherfucker,
Yeah,
I had
card.
no card.
He had a card.
Do you not know how booster packs work?
No,
I'm
just
just saying,
spend
the
$150
booster pack
and I
comes
just
with,
buy
like-
the deck.
Comes with like 8 cards. I mean, you can just all you need is 5 booster packs to make a 40 card deck.
Maybe you're not hearing what I'm saying. I had no idea what was in these damn packs.
Tell him.
None of these packs were one card. They weren't destined to help me build a deck. They were destined to help me build a stronger deck that I would already have. Like, hey, people buy booster packs based off the cards they have. That's why there's so many. I got hoodwinked. I had to make a deck straight out of booster cards. And I had to duel when I didn't really want to. Like, I was like, damn, dude, I really rather prefer playing the game. It's like, nah, man. Old time's sakes, dude. I'm
Come
like,
on, buddy.
I was like, fuck, bro. All right. And I'm like, he was like, yo, bro, you remember you used to like read my mind and always knew my cards in my hand? I was like, yeah, I used to cheat. Like,
What?
like, dude, ain't no secret. We're old now, bro. I used to cheat. Like, you have had this bad habit of turning your head and lowering your cards, and I used to pretend like I could read your mind. It was a very simple strategy, man.
That was very convincing.
Like,
I am a terrible person.
like, yes,
You're a
like,
terrible person.
I used to cheat. It was fucking 12, 14, 17 years ago, bro. Give me a break. Like, Pegasus was very influential. Like,
we used to jet the Millennium Eye.
we was at we were at a believable age when we believed in that shit, man. Like,
Ooh wee.
have no shame in it now. What the fuck you gonna do, right? Send me to jail? It's over, dude.
That's good shit right there.
Dude, you used to really cheat? Yes, Mike, all the fucking time. Like, why do you think you never beat me until fucking today? Like, oh, man. Yeah, I guess, dude.
Well,
Fuck,
good
like-
times. Good times.
Good times though, like that.
Oh,
Anyway,
thanks
why
for
is
the time.
my PlayStation 3 is gonna be brick? I want you to tell me what you think, Biz, but you know what I've said.
I mean, it does suck though because every time they no longer do like they get rid of like an old gen, then that's an aspect of our childhood also going with it.
Yeah, but the PlayStation 2 can still fucking be played. Like, I still have my Xenosaga. Like,
Why you always gonna make references of like?
you can play it too now. What's the problem?
Yeah,
like,
but you be like, what's something? I'll bring something up with you recently, and you'll somehow bring it up in conversation and bring me into it. I play Xenosaga knowing I just downloaded the ROM for Xenosaga as you're talking to me.
like, what the fuck? You should be
son of a
good. You
bitch.
know what, dude? This is Xenosaga.
Like, you say that, you expect me to be behind you, like, yeah.
Like, you should.
Like, yeah, see, that's what you set me up for, and I don't like being set up for it.
You fucking should.
You son of a jack.
Like, hold up.
I don't like being set up for it though. It's like,
Hold
let me organically be behind you, not you reference the game I just downloaded ROM-wise, you jerk.
Hey, bro. Like, one of us own it. Like,
You're a jerk.
one of us fucking own it, bro. What's
You
your problem?
sick pup, you sick bastard.
One of us own the game. What's the deal with you?
Oh, now you're one-upping me.
Man, you own it too.
You're
Technically, like,
filth. Filth, yeah, and
technically.
this screen jumps up like every 15 seconds 3 times. Yeah, I still got the game right here on my emulator.
Oh, well, you know, we out here with physical copies. Like,
Oh wait, that was a setup for that. Anyway, so what you're saying is, will soon brick themselves. Unfortunately, give me a little bit more details about that for people who don't understand what that necessarily means.
okay, well, when a console breaks, that means it can't be used. Usually, consoles brick when companies find out that when you homebrew their system or you hack shit. It's there when you turn on your system and it gives you that long ass statement of what not to do and what you should do as a gamer. The big thing in it says, hey, you will not tamper with this system or any of its functions. If you do, we have the right to shut this shit down and you will never be able to use it again.
And you can't come back.
And so long, Gabe Bowser.
So long, Bowser.
Or I guess not. Like, bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, damn, I own Clan on DVD? On Blu-ray? Say what? Yo, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I most definitely like, yo, look, it's in the plastic. Like,
You don't have your camera on yet.
yeah, I do. Like, you just
Oh,
not
you
looking.
definitely do.
Oh,
You
damn.
do actually.
Oh, how much you selling that for, bro?
So, like, what up? You want to see my Xenosaga case?
No, I don't want to see it. You know,
Come on, bro. But you know,
why
look-
are you making? You can't let things die, can you? You
No,
just gotta keep it going, huh? You messed up my. I don't even know how the Zoom calls be.
Hmm.
Take your screen share off.
it is off. Like,
All right.
damn, what the fuck?
I
I
don't
got all
see
these
why.
DVDs. Oh man, maybe Bondo right. Maybe the keep shit. What's all this shit on plastic that I'm looking at?
But you're not playing. You're not playing. What's some exclusive on PS3 that you're like that you're really losing out on? Because I didn't have a PS3.
Dude,
I definitely had the Saga. I mean the 360, the 36.
dude,
36
shit
on the
tons,
block.
man.
Huh?
There's,
Huh?
like I said, tons of Exilia, Disgaea. Well, I guess those are on PC now, so those aren't really exclusives, right? When something jumps on the borderline of PS, when something gets on PC, it can no longer be considered exclusive. So, I guess that's not really the best example, but Trinity Universe. Oh God, there's so many that. Can I open up my PS3 library case? Like,
Oh
just have
boy.
a shit ton of games.
Do we got the time?
I'll make it. You know,
Oh boy.
I'll make it.
Keeping us here after work, huh?
Hey man,
Keeping us here late.
White Knight Chronicles Altair, like
Keeping us late after work,
White Knight
huh?
Chronicles.
Johnson, go home.
Trinity.
Go home,
Trinity
goddammit. It. Work's
Universe,
over.
Art and the Saga, Enchanted Offer.
You're not getting paid overtime.
Come on, bro.
You're not getting
The
paid
first
overtime.
year, like, come on, bro.
Go home.
Don't take my game
Go
away.
home. Jack,
Don't take my
Jack, it's 3 in the morning.
Don't take my titles away from me.
We're done here.
Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy Collection.
All right. Well, that was noteworthy and something that even I respect. We're done.
Oh, my fucking game.
Get into the 90, goddammit.
I gotta get into the. You gotta look at the good before you look at the bad.
You freaking fiend.
Oh,
You're gonna lose out of some of your games on your PS.
Oh,
It ain't gonna play.
no, I'm gonna do what needs to be done. Oh, they're saying that a little tampering. I can keep my patches. All right, I just won't have to update it no more. I know exactly.
Sony's like,
What to
see, that's exactly why.
Yeah,
well,
no, that's a good point.
y'all done forced my hand. Like, I'm keeping my shit no matter what y'all.
The
say.
community thinks they can take over us.
Yeah, I'm keeping my shit
You're
no
the-
matter what y'all
You're the
say.
problem. You're the problem.
I'm keeping my shit no matter what y'all
You're the
say.
problem. See?
All right. Let's get into the whole COD games. It's not really to be happy about anymore.
Okage.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys have been to restaurants before. I know, pretty sure you guys have had waitress. You guys know that waitress and waiters, they make all their money from tips. You know.
Yeah.
And with that being said, some people still don't tip.
Oh yeah, those are the scumbags.
What about you? Do you tend to make sure you tip, or is it like,
Of
hey,
course.
okay, great, glad you feel that way. Well, a lot of people don't tip. You know, it's not uncommon. You can't really be reprimanded for it. It's not like, hey, you didn't tip, come back here. You know,
Yeah,
it's
but you
just
just come
kind of
off as a
unfortunate.
scumbag though if you don't tip.
Yeah,
If someone
but,
provides you with a service though.
yeah, but like, who is that? Who is going to think about it that long after?
I'm just saying though, you kind of like put a target on your back because the next
What?
thing, if, let's say hypothetically you go into a restaurant and you don't tip. Next time you come in, you're not gonna get the same level of service as you did before.
I usually do not tip for like eating at somewhere. Actually, no, if it's somewhere new, nah. Actually, if it's like a place I go to, I notice the staff, they're your friends and things like that. But I know when somebody's providing good service, and I know when somebody's phoning it in. So that plays a big role for me.
Phoning it in,
Like-
as in what?
Hey, you guys need a second to order? Yeah, just give me a couple minutes and give me about 5 minutes. You know, okay, cool. Walk around the table one time. Hey, you guys figure everything out? Literally, I just said give us some time. No problem. Take all the time you need. 2 minutes later. So you guys figured it out. I'm like, yo, are y'all closing? And they're like, soon? Like, what the fuck?
I feel like you're.
Bring me something to drink.
I feel like you're focusing more on than the worst.
Like,
I don't know about that one.
can't be like, I've been in places where it's like, all right, what do you guys have? I have a ginger ale. I have this, and that'd be all. Okay, cool. Coming right up. And 20 minutes go by. I'm like, where the fuck is the food at, man? 30 minutes. Hey, excuse me. What's going on? I didn't get my food yet. Let me go check the kitchen. I'm so sorry. They're gonna remake it right now. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, I understand where you can have that, yeah, but I can definitely say I've had at good establishments, like with people actually try.
IHOP.
Yeah, true.
IHOP lacking, bro. Like,
I mean, you can't blame it. That's IHOP. That's IHOP, big boy. What are you talking about?
IHOP be lacking, bro. Like,
Bro, that's IHOP, son.
I asked for pancakes one
Good
time.
stuff.
This bitch brought me a bowl of cereal. I asked for red velvet pancakes. This bitch brought me a bowl of cereal. I was like, this isn't what I ordered. She was like, yeah, but that's all we have. I was like, what?
Oh wow.
I ain't come out to eat cereal. Like, it's not even Captain Crunch. Get this shit out of here. Like,
I don't know about that one. That sound. I don't know. It sounds like you're being a little bit of a prick.
cool. Okay. Like,
No, but no, I've never had that level of an issue.
bro, every time I've ever ordered something, I've always got cheese on it. So I don't give a fuck about anyone. Like, I go out my way to tell people no cheese. I'm like, there's cheese on this. Oh, give us a minute. I gotta wait another 15.
Did you
minutes.
order the cheeseburger or the hamburger?
I ordered a fucking hamburger, and I explicitly said no cheese. I go out my way
Where'd you order
to
this at?
explain if they always fucking do it. No matter what I do, I can come in with a shirt that says no cheese for me today, and they'll be like,
I don't know. That guy kind of looks like he wants some cheese on his burger.
no, not at all.
Cheese on that. Let's put some cheese on that burger.
Is
Alright,
it,
cool.
I know who wants extra cheese.
Okay, cool. Well, you know who's also not about to tip? Like, it's me. That's right. The
That
guy who
sound
doesn't
like-
give a fuck.
That sound like, hey, I asked for no cheese on mine. So did you just sit there and eat it?
No, I just look mad, and I'd be like, "Beans, this is why I don't want to fucking go out." And she's like, "Eat
I
your
gotta
food,
see.
Sway." I'm like, "Eat,
Okay.
eat the other shit, Sway." I'm like,
Shut up. I want
man.
to. If you
So, like-
like, they win.
Just, dude, I've literally just sat there. Like, Beans has been there. Bro, my order has been put in wrong on my birthday, and I've looked across, and it's her fucking birthday too, so I should be happy.
Oh, yeah, it is her birthday too.
So,
Oh yeah, that is also true.
but
Man, do you get anything anymore, Bert?
Father's Day sometime in the future, I guess. Like, but knowing my luck, I won't get that shit either. It'll be
Alright.
like,
What?
by the time I become a dad, it'll be like it's now grandparents' day. You're like,
I mean, that's
Change.
fine. As long as
Not
you
a-
have the child.
it's not about the. Hey, look, man, I just want a day for me. I don't get shit for Christmas. I'm like, I don't get nothing, dog. Anyway, well, God gave a day to go to the fine people in New Jersey, believe it or not, of Morristown.
Mhm.
If you actually look at the screen right now, there was a waiter, and it was during COVID, and next to tip, he wrote, "I'm sorry the server gets screwed on the tip. Sorry, don't have the money for it," and they did. And the people of Morristown, New Jersey, actually raised $2,000 for this woman.
Huh? Really?
Huh? 2 G's.
That's okay. I mean,
Very kind, very nice thing to do. I don't see the problem with that.
no.
Alright, cool.
Just was it just like, hey, these guys didn't tip? Well, here's $2,000.
Well, it went viral, you know. People tend to post things online. What? Who's the name of that waiter? What? One guy. Let's start a GoFundMe. Come on, guys. We have Morristown, New Jersey. Don't do it like that. Let's show her we care. You know, something like that.
I mean, this could go to some charities or some stuff, but I mean, yeah, I mean, 2,000 seems a little overkill,
I mean,
but I'm happy for her.
man, hey man, when people contribute, when people
Oh, if I don't know the story, does she have like kids too? If she has kids, I'm like, yeah. If it's just her.
it didn't really go that deep. I mean,
She was like, a
Probably,
cop, and I'd be like, really?
I think honestly, I think it was just the fact that he just did fucking tip. He wrote that message. People felt bad. One person wanted to help, and then it turned into a bunch of people. A bunch of people was like, you know what, I want to help too, and they all put their money together, and that's what it came out to. It was never in a way where it's like, let's give her an abundance of money to make a point. You know, it was just, hey man, that sucks. I'm gonna help you, and then everyone contributed, and that's what's the combined total. I'm pretty sure once they saw the number, if they could have all saw the number as it was growing, they would have been like, hey, you know what? I think she's good. I think it was just something like, yo, let's put our resources together, and by the end of it, that's what it became amount to.
Let's body this loser who doesn't tip. Oh yeah, the guy is probably like, you're welcome.
You know, we could be like
He
that.
said,
Where's my cut? Like,
he said, word. Would you have to see that guy?
Yeah, not true.
He said, listen, here's $200. You get out of town.
there would be no you without me. All right. Aha.
I said, don't ask too many questions. I'm going on Dr. Phil later on.
Guys, let's get into this naughty of the day. Naughty of the day goes to
My
Man.
eardrums.
from Poland.
Poland. Oh, okay.
Right now, this man has actually made history for doing what he's did. The first person in history the dude he's done. Now, I'll give you some context, please. He's a man of 50 years old, and he's now getting notoriety for something he failed to accomplish, and he's now 50. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
What's something that you can spend your whole life trying to do, but by some point it should be like, all right, you should have already done that.
Have kids? Or I don't know. I don't know, dude.
I don't have sex.
I mean, I don't think go down.
Is it having sex?
No, it's not that. Like, I don't think you would go in history for just being a 50-year-old man. It's like,
I don't know. There was a movie about
the
one.
attempt. I mean, he was the 40-year-old virgin.
I think there was a movie about one.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was more religion. Don't the Pope like people like them go their whole lives without having sex? They want to be clean.
That's
pure.
a very good question. I don't think that's the case, actually.
I'm just saying, it's not sex. Well, the man has not gotten his driver's license. So he's the only man in history to fail the driver's license. He failed to get his driver's license for the 192nd time.
God damn.
You back again, Matt?
He's been trying to get his driver's license for the past 17 years and has failed every single theory he passed. Most drivers need to pass to acquire their driver's license.
He's at work talking to his hot blonde. He's like, yeah, they know me down there at the driving center, you know.
To this date, the man has attempted to pass the test 192 times, meaning that he spent more than 6,000 zlot. That's what their money is over there. That's $1,550 on just the exam written test fees. With the 192 fail, he beats the record of a British driver who passed the driver's exam test on the 158th attempt. So now he's in the record book, bro.
He's still losing.
Hey man, is it really losing at this point? I see a winner. Like,
because I'm really good at losing. I tell you that.
Like,
I'm the best loser there is.
Hey man, look, he has the greatest quote in world history. Hey, look, there should be a regulation in pulling that. Oh no, these are actually the people are saying about him. Damn, like, why are they so mean?
Well, I think
there should be a regulation in Poland that prohibits a candidate from taking an exam more than 20 or 30 times. Said the driving instructor, what? If someone is arrogant of the rules and does not know that he should not drive on the streets, it can, after all, pose a danger to others. That means he got to stop trying? What happened to don't give up? Like, what happened to my ninja ways to never give up?
the code up.
What happened to my ninja ways to never give up? Let my man try. He's 50. Give him a fucking break, yo. Like, give him a break.
Give him a fucking break.
Yo, like, he's 5 years away to getting discount pancakes at IHOP, yo. Like, cut him some slack.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
Cut him some slack, bro. Like, why are y'all being so mean? I mean, he's been trying to get this license since he was 33, bro.
I've been trying to get
Damn, he didn't even start young though. I mean, he didn't even start when he was like in his 20s.
Maybe he was narcoleptic and then he got past it. All right.
I don't know. Jerry just keeps falling asleep at the wheel.
Like, give him a break. Man, you guys suck. Like,
me.
I'm going to RITC gaming after this. Like,
I said, what did I do?
I can't fuss with y'all no more. Well, guys, that has been our show. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us and hanging out with us. We had a cool show today. Appreciate everyone going off in the comments zone below. Appreciate it. Love to talk with you. So come back next week and do this show every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's right. Featuring your gang, your friends, your guys, your brothers, and other mothers. Make sure to follow everybody here on their individual Twitch. You should know them at this time, but just in case you don't, you'll always follow Al with that Al W, the number 0 LF. Very important that you put that number 0 in there. You can follow Biz at the Almighty Biz. You can follow Bondo at Ishana_Nani. You can keep everything else here at GITC Gaming. Also, remember to check out Gear Beer at Gear Beer with an extra R. And Ink Pen at Neon Ink Night. Remember, he doesn't like SD Gundam. That's what he said, not me. That being said, guys, thank you so much. And great news, we're now officially on Pandora. It's probably not a big deal for some of y'all, but that was my biggest goal when I first started listening to podcasts.
You remember that gray block with the blue P on it?
First of all, it wasn't gray.
It wasn't gray.
I don't know. I'm not good with colors. Like,
oh God, you know.
I don't know. I'm being honest. Anyway, check us out. Remember to check us out every week. We enjoy the conversations. With that being said, goodbye, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, keep trying to pass your driver's test.
Keep driving.
I mean, the minimum should be like 3. The maximum should be 3.
What? Of a tip?
No, of the driving. Failing driver's test.
3 times and then you can never take it again?
I think 3 times. Over 3 times is a little
no,
much.
Bro. Like,
yeah, I passed mine on the first try. And that was damn good.
I passed mine on the second. I ain't gonna cap. I failed the first time, but I passed the second time.
I had already driven a bunch.
I failed 2 times. They started asking me questions and I started getting nervous. It's just said, hey, do you have any medical history that might prevent you? I was like, ooh, maybe. I was like, fuck.
Maybe.
Fuck.
It took a minute though.
Oh man. Are we gone? Are we close?